Hey there, and welcome. Before we dive into this wild ride, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments where and what time you're tuning in from. The year is 199X. You wake up in the middle of your perfectly ordinary bedroom, tucked away in the sleepy town of Onett. Your eyes flutter open, not to the usual chirp of birds or the distant rumble of the morning delivery truck, but to a low, insistent hum. It's not just in your ears. You feel it deep in your chest. It vibrates the window pane beside your bed, a subtle, rhythmic tremor against the cold glass, almost like a distant, massive engine idling. It's an unusual feeling, like a giant, faraway tuning fork, resonating through the very foundations of your house, through the floorboards, up into your mattress. You push yourself up, the rough wool of your favorite striped blanket scraping against your chin as you shift. The hum deepens momentarily, a barely perceptible bass note under everything else, then settles back into its steady thrum. It makes the loose coins on your dresser shiver, a faint, tiny metallic jingle joining the unseen chorus. You swing your legs over the side of the bed, feeling the sudden cool linoleum under your bare feet, and stand up. The air itself feels thicker, charged with this strange, low frequency. It's not a sound you can easily ignore. It demands your attention, pulling at the edges of your awareness. You walk towards the window, your steps a little more deliberate, a little quieter than usual, as if trying not to disturb the pervasive vibration. Pressing your hand flat against the glass, you feel the persistent, thrumming directly against your palm, a constant, slightly unnerving buzz. It's like holding a small, agitated animal, barely contained. Outside, the morning light seems off. A little too bright, a little too still, casting odd, long shadows even though the sun is barely climbing. The usually bustling main street below is eerily quiet, the few cars parked like sleeping metal beasts, no signs of life beyond a stray dog sniffing a lamppost, no milkman, no early bird walkers, no paper boy whizzing past on his bike. It's almost unsettlingly peaceful. You squint, trying to pinpoint the source, craning your neck to scan the clear, almost unnaturally blue sky. No planes, no smoke from the industrial park, no distant construction equipment. Just this deep, vibrating current running through the entire world, a silent, powerful pulse. You turn away from the window, a growing knot forming in your stomach, a whisper of unease. This isn't right. You walk out of your room, the hum following you, seeping into the hallway, making the framed pictures on the wall tremble ever so slightly. You glance towards your parents' room, the door ajar, but you don't hear the usual morning sounds of rustling or mumbled conversations. You do, however, notice the small decorative lamp on their bedside table flickering, its tiny bulb responding to the unseen pulse, casting brief, erratic flashes of light onto the ceiling. As you stand there, caught between the familiar silence of your house and the unfamiliar tremor of the world outside, you realize this dull thrum, this unshakable vibration. It's like a promise. A strange, undeniable prelude. A promise that today the ordinary has decided to take an unscheduled, perhaps even monumental, detour. You understand with a jolt that some mornings the world doesn't just wake up to another day. It vibrates with a signal, pulling you into something entirely new, something potentially chaotic, whether you're ready for it or not. And you, it seems, are already being pulled. The low hum from your window pane fades, or perhaps you've simply grown accustomed to its constant thrum, because now something else demands your attention: the air itself. It feels thick, heavy, like trying to breathe underwater. You notice a distinct smell, sharp and metallic, like the air after a fierce lightning strike, or the tang that clings to an old television left on too long. It's ozone, strong and unmistakable, pressing against your nostrils, a strange, chemical scent that feels entirely out of place in your quiet Onett home. You push open the front door, the wood groaning softly, and step onto the porch. The stale, ozone-laced air hits you fully now, making you cough, a dry, rasping sound in your throat. It tastes almost metallic on your tongue, leaving a dry, unpleasant film. The usual morning sounds of the town are still absent, replaced by the pervasive, low hum that seems to emanate from the very ground beneath your feet, a deep vibration that you feel more than hear. It's like the world is holding its breath, or perhaps generating too much static. Looking down the street, you see your neighbor, Mrs. T, standing by her rose bush, not pruning it as she usually would, but simply staring up at the sky. Her posture is stiff, her shoulders hunched slightly, and as you watch, she slowly, almost reluctantly, raises a hand to pinch her nose, a clear sign she feels the heavy, strange air, too. There's no panicked movement, no shouting, just a quiet, widespread unease. People are peeking out from behind curtains, standing on their doorsteps, all looking around with the same furrowed brows, the same subtle tension in their shoulders. You take a tentative step off the porch, feeling the dry, cracked pavement under your sneakers. The sky above is still that unnatural, almost glowing blue, and you realize the sun, usually a comforting warmth, feels oddly sterile, its light casting harsh, uncompromising shadows. The ozone smell is even stronger out here, clinging to the leaves on the trees, to the paint on the houses. It's an invasive scent, a chemical signature that permeates everything, making the familiar surroundings feel alien, tainted. As you walk slowly towards the curb, you notice a small patch of grass by the sidewalk, usually a vibrant green, is now a sickly yellow-brown, its blades stiff and brittle. It's as if this strange atmosphere, this charged air, is already taking a toll. A shiver runs down your spine, not from cold, but from a burgeoning fear, a silent dread that is growing with every breath of this heavy, electric air. It's a fear that isn't loud or dramatic, but quiet and insidious, spreading like a rumor through the sleepy town, passed between the silent glances of worried neighbors. This isn't just strange, this is wrong. And, you know with a certainty that chills you to the bone, that the air you breathe now carries not just the scent of ozone, but the quiet, undeniable promise of something truly unsettling, something that will change Onett forever. You can feel it, heavy and suffocating, in every breath you take. You stumble into the living room, the lingering ozone scent from outside still faintly tickling your nose, but you push past it, drawn by the dim, familiar glow of the old television in the corner. You need a distraction, something normal, a flicker of comfort in a day that's anything but. You reach for the worn plastic knob, the cool plastic turning under your fingers with a satisfying click, and the screen instantly sputters to life. Instead of the gentle hum of the local news or the cheerful jingle of a morning cartoon, you're greeted by a violent, undulating static. It's not the soft, comforting hiss you remember from late-night channel surfing. This static is sharp, almost aggressive, a relentless barrage of white noise that seems to bite at the air. The black and white dots dance wildly, forming swirling patterns that shift and writhe like disturbed smoke. You try another channel, then another, but it's the same on every single one. Just this oppressive, insistent crackle and a blizzard of furious pixels. You lean closer, your face almost touching the dusty screen, a faint electrostatic charge making the hairs on your arms stand on end. There's a subtle, high-pitched whine beneath the static, a sound that vibrates through your teeth, making your jaw ache. And then you see it, or almost see it. In the heart of the chaotic snow, a fleeting, dark shape seems to coalesce, just for a split second, before dissolving back into the static. A shadow, perhaps, or a glitch. Your eyes strain, trying to grasp it, but it's gone. You blink, convinced you imagined it, a trick of light and frantic pixels. But then, it happens again. A quick, almost subliminal flash of something that looks like an eye, or a pair of distant, glowing dots, before the static consumes it once more. And within the roar of the white noise, you start to perceive faint, almost whispered sounds, like fragments of conversation from a distant, distorted radio, or a melody played backwards. They're too indistinct to grasp, like trying to catch water with your bare hands, but they are there, undeniably present beneath the furious crackle. You instinctively reach out to adjust the antenna, your fingers brushing against the cold metal rabbit ears. But it makes no difference. The phantom signals persist, teasing your perception, turning your once comforting television into a churning portal of noise and fleeting shadows. It's like the chaos outside isn't just in the air anymore. It's found a way to invade your living room, manifesting in the very device meant to entertain and inform. The TV, a symbol of domestic predictability, has become a window into something unsettling, reminding you that even in the safest corners of your home, the bizarre can find a way to break through, distorting the familiar into something utterly alien. The chill hits you immediately, a sudden, sharp bite against your bare arms as you push open the back door and step onto the small concrete patio. It's not just cold. It's a penetrating, unwelcome chill that seems to slide under your skin, making the tiny hairs stand on end. You hug yourself, rubbing your arms instinctively, but the cold seems to seep right through your thin t-shirt. It's late evening, the sun long set, and a crescent moon hangs in the sky, casting faint, silvery light onto the familiar backyard fence. But the air isn't still and quiet like most Onett nights. It's alive with a constant, restless current. The wind isn't howling or even gusting strongly. Instead, it's a steady, insistent movement, a low moan that rustles the dry leaves on the oak tree in a way that sounds less like nature and more like hushed, distant voices. You strain your ears, trying to discern actual words, but they remain just beyond your grasp, like trying to remember a dream a second after waking up. It's a phantom chorus, carried on the prickling breeze, an unsettling lullaby of indistinct murmurs and whispers that weave in and out of your hearing. It makes you feel watched, even though the yard is empty and the neighbor's house across the alley is dark. You walk to the edge of the patio, your sneakers scuffing softly on the concrete, and stand on the cool, damp grass. The wind picks up a little, tugging at your clothes, lifting a stray strand of hair to brush against your cheek, and with it, the whispers intensify, swirling around you, not coming from any specific direction, but from everywhere at once. It's as if the very air is breathing secrets, ancient and unsettling, meant for no human ear. You catch fragments, a rising inflection, a fading sigh, a sudden sharp intake of breath, but never a complete thought, never a coherent phrase. It's maddening, frustrating, and deeply unnerving. The distant streetlights cast long, distorted shadows of the telephone poles onto the street, making the familiar suburban landscape look stark and alien under this strange, whispering wind. The usual night sounds, a far-off siren, a dog barking, the gentle hum of electricity, are conspicuously absent, swallowed by this pervasive, unseen chorus. It's just you, standing in the cold, feeling the unseen forces brush past your skin, carrying these ethereal sounds. You feel a strange sense of isolation, a disconnect from the mundane world you knew just hours ago. This isn't a natural night wind. It's a living breath, carrying not just the scent of damp earth, but the undeniable, chilling presence of things unseen, things that whisper their existence into the empty spaces of the world, daring you to listen, daring you to understand. And in this moment, you realize that some secrets aren't meant to be heard clearly, only felt, like the cold touch of an unseen hand on your shoulder. The rough, dry earth crunches under the soles of your sneakers, a steady, rhythmic sound that's become your constant companion. Left, right, left, right. It's a hypnotic beat, a low, rasping whisper of friction that matches the slow, deep inhale and exhale of your breath. You've been walking for what feels like an age. The vibrant green of Onett's suburban lawns, long replaced by a wilder, untamed landscape of coarse grass and scattered, sun-baked rocks. Each step is a small commitment, a deliberate push forward, and you feel the subtle give of the packed soil beneath you. The air, though still holding that faint metallic tang, now also carries the scent of dust and wild sage, sharp and clean, momentarily pushing away the lingering fear from town. Your legs, once fresh, now carry a dull ache in your calves, a testament to the miles already covered. It's not an unbearable pain, more a persistent reminder that you are a body in motion, an engine steadily consuming distance. You glance down at your feet, watching the worn fabric of your shoes kick up tiny puffs of reddish-brown dust with every stride, painting your socks a new, earthy color. The path isn't perfectly flat. It rises and falls in gentle undulations, making your leg muscles work in slightly different ways with each slope. You feel the subtle shift in your balance, the unconscious adjustment of your stride, as you navigate a shallow dip or climb a small rise. The sun, a relentless eye in the vast, almost too blue sky, beats down on your head, making the sweat trickle down your temples, a cool, salty trail. You wipe your brow with the back of your hand, leaving a smear of dirt on your skin. Ahead, the path stretches out, a thin, winding ribbon of disturbed earth, disappearing over a distant rise. There's no clear destination in sight, just more of the same open, quiet land. Yet, you keep moving. The sheer act of walking, of putting one foot in front of the other, has become almost meditative. Your mind drifts, then snaps back to the sensation of your feet striking the ground, the small impact vibrating up through your bones. You notice the tiny pebbles that sometimes roll under your sole, forcing a momentary shift in weight, a small, almost imperceptible correction. The rhythm of your footsteps, this endless cadence, is more than just movement. It's a form of persistence, a quiet, stubborn refusal to stop. It's the raw, physical proof that you are still here, still pushing, still going. And as the sun begins its slow descent, painting the distant clouds in shades of orange and purple, you realize that the truest measure of a journey isn't just the destination, but the sheer, unwavering dedication to putting one foot in front of the other, again and again, across whatever coarse earth lies ahead. It's in the enduring rhythm, the silent testament to distance accumulated, step by ordinary, extraordinary step. The moment the dry, crumbly bite of the trail ration touches your tongue, a wave of bitterness washes over you. It's not a sharp, acrid bitter, but a dull, lingering flavor, like old cardboard steeped in something vaguely chemical. You chew slowly, the coarse texture resisting, breaking down into a dense, gritty paste that clings to the roof of your mouth. It's supposed to be fortifying, packed with all the necessary nutrients, but it tastes like a compromise, a grim necessity. Your mind, almost without conscious effort, immediately conjures the rich, comforting aroma of your mother's kitchen back in Onett. You can almost feel the smooth ceramic plate, heavy with a fresh, steaming slice of her famous meatloaf, a side of fluffy mashed potatoes, and crisp green beans. You can almost taste the subtle salt and spice, the tenderness of the meat, the warmth spreading through your stomach. That memory, sharp and vivid, stands in stark, painful contrast to the unyielding, flavorless lump you're currently trying to swallow. The trail ration tastes not just of its own bitterness, but of all the home-cooked meals you've left behind, all the familiar comforts now distant and unattainable. You take another bite, forcing it down, a small, involuntary shiver running through you. The texture feels like compressed sawdust, dissolving reluctantly with each deliberate chew. You reach for your canteen, the tepid water a weak counter to the persistent dryness in your throat. You tilt your head back, letting the water wash down the last of the gritty remnants, and a faint sigh escapes your lips. It's a sigh not of exhaustion, but of a quiet, profound longing. You're sitting hunched against a rough-hewn rock, the endless, dusty path stretching out before you under the vast, indifferent sky. The sun, sinking lower, casts long, stark shadows, and the air is growing cool. There's no table, no soft chair, no familiar laughter, just the silent, expansive wilderness, and the taste of this bitter, life-sustaining brick. You wipe a stray crumb from the corner of your mouth, feeling the rough skin of your fingers against your chapped lips. This isn't just about being hungry. It's about the stark reality of your journey, laid bare in the simple act of eating. Every mouthful of this unpalatable ration is a vivid, tangible reminder of what you've given up, a quiet tally of the sacrifices made. It teaches you a brutal truth about value, about how the simplest, most taken-for-granted comforts, like a warm, flavorful meal, become priceless when you're far from home, defining the distance not just in miles, but in the bitter taste of everything else. And you realize, as you finish the last bite, that sometimes the most profound lessons are served without fanfare, in the most unappetizing of packages. The acrid smell clings to you like a second skin, a stubborn, invisible shroud. It's a sharp, metallic tang overlaid with something harsher, almost chemical, like burnt plastic and scorched wiring. You lift your arm, bringing the sleeve of your t-shirt close to your face, and the scent is undeniable, deeply woven into the fabric, embedded in every fiber. It's the lingering ghost of the recent skirmish, a phantom limb of chaos that refuses to dissipate, even though the immediate danger has passed. You take a deep breath, trying to clear your lungs, but the smell seems to permeate everything, tickling the back of your throat, leaving a bitter, metallic aftertaste on your tongue. It prickles at the edges of your nostrils, a phantom irritation that makes your eyes water slightly, even though there's no visible smoke in the crisp air now. The adrenaline, which moments ago had sharpened your senses and made your heart pound like a drum, has receded, leaving behind a hollow ache in your muscles, and this pervasive, constant reminder. You rub your hands together, feeling the grit of dried earth and something else, a subtle, grimy film that the smoke seems to have left on your skin. It's a physical manifestation of the confrontation, a dirty residue that tells the unspoken story of frantic movements, close calls, and the release of strange, unearthly energies. You glance at your companion walking beside you, their shoulders slightly slumped, their breathing still a little ragged. You can almost see the same invisible plume rising from their clothes, a shared testament to what you both just faced. There's no need for words. The smell is enough. It's a silent language of shared experience. The sun, now low in the sky, casts long, soft shadows, a stark contrast to the harsh, burning scent that still defines your immediate world. You try to focus on the gentle rustle of the distant leaves, the subtle crunch of your footsteps on the loose gravel, anything to overwrite the overwhelming smell. But it's stubbornly present, a constant, low-frequency hum in your olfactory senses, a whisper of danger that echoes even in this newfound quiet. It's not just a smell, it's a memory, an imprint of violence that has chosen to linger, to remind you that some battles, some confrontations, don't end when the last enemy falls. They cling to you, on your skin, in your clothes, and in your very breath, a silent, acrid testament to the resilience required to walk away, and the indelible mark that even a brief moment of chaos can leave behind. The dull ache settles into your muscles first, a deep, insistent throb in your calves, a tight band across your shoulders. It's not a sharp, piercing pain, but a pervasive, heavy weariness, like every fiber in your body has been stretched, pulled, and then left to stiffen. You try to shift your weight, and a groan of complaint echoes from your lower back, making you wince, a small, involuntary gasp escaping your lips. Every subtle movement is a negotiation, a slow, careful coaxing of reluctant limbs. You lift your hand to rub at the persistent knot in your neck, feeling the warmth radiating from the overworked muscles beneath your fingertips. The skin feels tender, almost bruised, even though there are no visible marks. It's a purely internal sensation, a testament to the unseen stresses and strains of the recent struggle. Your fingers move in slow, circular motions, trying to coax some relief, but the ache holds firm, a stubborn, unyielding presence. It's like carrying an invisible weight, one that presses down with every breath. You glance at your companion walking beside you, their pace slower than usual, a subtle stiffness in the way they hold their arm. They catch your eye, and a shared grimace, a silent acknowledgement of mutual discomfort, passes between you. No words are needed. The slumped shoulders, the slightly dragging feet, the quiet sighs. They all speak a common language. You both understand this deep physical toll, this quiet consequence of pushing beyond normal limits. It's a bond forged in shared exertion, a mutual understanding written in the subtle trembling of tired hands and the hesitant bend of weary knees. The sun, now sinking low, casts a long shadow of your weary form before you, making your movements seem even more deliberate, more labored. Each step feels heavy, each swing of your arm a conscious effort. Just hours ago, your limbs felt light, agile, ready for whatever came next. Now, they protest, demanding rest, reminding you of the energy expended, the quick decisions, the sudden bursts of speed that led you to this point. It's not just fatigue. It's a profound recognition of your physical boundaries, stretched and tested. This ache, this constant, dull throb, it isn't just pain. It's a silent record, a map etched onto your very being, showing you where you've been, what you've endured, and what it cost. It's the body's blunt, honest history, a quiet testament to battles fought, to dangers overcome, to resilience pulled from deep within. And as you continue to move forward, each muscle fiber complaining with every beat of your heart, you realize that sometimes the true measure of a victory isn't in the triumph itself, but in the enduring ache that reminds you of how much you gave to barely win. It's a reminder that even when you stand, you carry the weight of what you faced. The air hits you first, not with a scent you're familiar with from the surface, but a deep, primal perfume of earth and dampness. It's the smell of old soil, of unseen fungi clinging to rock, of water slowly seeping through countless layers of stone. It's heavy, almost thick, pressing against your nostrils, filling your lungs with a cool, mineral-rich breath that feels both ancient and slightly stale. You've stepped from the open, expansive world into a subterranean embrace, and it feels like the very earth has closed in around you. Your footsteps echo, muffled and distorted, on the uneven, packed dirt floor. The rough rock walls are impossibly close on either side, slick with moisture, beads of condensation clinging to every imperfection. You instinctively reach out a hand, feeling the cold, rough texture of the rock, the gritty dampness transferring to your fingertips. It's a sensory overload of confinement. The ceiling is low, so low you have to duck your head slightly in places, the dark rock looming inches above your scalp, a constant, quiet threat. The darkness is profound, broken only by the narrow beam of your flashlight, a fragile spear of light that carves a small, shifting circle out of the oppressive gloom. Within that circle you see glimpses of strange, crystalline formations glistening on the walls, and the occasional patch of phosphorescent moss, emitting a faint, sickly green glow that does little to alleviate the overwhelming shadows. The light dances with your every movement, making the shadows writhe and stretch, transforming familiar shapes into fleeting, monstrous silhouettes. You hear the drip, drip, drip of water, a rhythmic, maddening sound that seems to come from everywhere and nowhere all at once, marking the slow, relentless passage of time in this buried world. Each drop hits the unseen puddles below with a soft, resonant plink, adding to the claustrophobic symphony. The air, already heavy with the smell of earth, also carries a faint metallic tang, like old pipes or distant mineral deposits, creating an unsettling cocktail of scents that never quite leaves your senses. You feel a quiet anxiety begin to coil in your gut, a primal urge to turn back, to find the open sky. The sheer weight of the earth above you is almost palpable, a silent pressure pressing down from all directions. You glance back at your companion, their face a pale, strained oval in the flickering light, their shoulders hunched. They meet your gaze, a shared understanding of this oppressive atmosphere passing between you without a single word. Yet they feel it too, this profound sense of being swallowed by the ground. As you move deeper, the passage narrows further, forcing you to turn sideways in some spots, your shoulders scraping against the damp, cold rock. This isn't just a path, it's a tight, suffocating squeeze, a living tunnel that seems to breathe around you. And you realize that sometimes, to find what you're looking for, you must first venture into places where the air is heavy, the light is scarce, and the very ground threatens to reclaim you, reminding you of the precious, often overlooked freedom of open skies and boundless horizons. The sound hits you first, a singular, precise plink that rings through the profound silence, echoing off unseen surfaces before slowly, almost reluctantly, fading into the dark. Then, after a measured pause, another, and another. Each drop of water, an almost impossibly small event, becomes an enormous statement in this subterranean world, a tiny hammer, striking against the vast, oppressive, quiet. It's a sound that makes the silence itself feel deeper, more consuming, amplifying the sense of being utterly cut off. You halt, your own breathing suddenly loud in your ears, as if your lungs are trying to compete with the rhythmic drips. You turn your head, straining to locate the source of the persistent sound. Your flashlight beam, a pale yellow circle, sweeps across the rough, damp walls, searching the glistening rock faces, the dark crevices. But the drips seem to come from everywhere and nowhere at once, a disembodied clock marking the passage of moments. The echoes stretch the brief sound, making it seem to linger, to bounce from ceiling to wall to floor, until it's just a ghost in the air, waiting for the next clink. The air around you feels even colder now, the silence punctuated only by this unyielding metallic rhythm. It's a sound that highlights your isolation, underscoring the enormous, empty space stretching out beyond the reach of your light. You find yourself listening intently, trying to discern a pattern, a message in the monotonous cadence, but there is none, just the ceaseless, unwavering beat of water against stone. It's relentless, a natural metronome for the deep earth, and it begins to press against your mind, a subtle, insistent thrum behind your thoughts. You glance at your companion, their silhouette, a still, watchful presence behind you. Their gaze is also directed into the darkness, their head tilted slightly, an unspoken acknowledgement of the peculiar soundscape you both inhabit. They, too, are lost in the solitary dance of the drips, each plink a shared experience of deep, profound solitude. There's a certain strange comfort in sharing this strange isolation, knowing someone else hears the same relentless soundtrack. Moving forward, your own footsteps, cautious and deliberate on the damp earth, feel almost intrusive, momentarily disrupting the delicate, resonant tapestry of the drips. But then the sound reasserts itself, wrapping around you once more, each drop a tiny reminder of the immense, indifferent forces at play in this hidden world. It's a testament to patience, to the slow geological crawl of time, indifferent to your presence. And you realize that in the deepest silences, it's often the smallest, most persistent sounds that reveal the true scope of your isolation, etching themselves into your memory as a testament to the quiet strength it takes to simply keep moving forward, one echoing drip at a time. The foil crinkles satisfyingly in your fingers as you peel back the wrapper, revealing a small, perfectly square cookie. It's a bright, almost artificial yellow, studded with tiny, almost translucent chips that catch the dim light. You bring it to your nose, and a burst of sugary vanilla, warm and inviting, immediately assaults your senses, a stark, welcome contrast to the damp, metallic air of the tunnel. This isn't just any cookie. It's a life-up cookie, a small, precious victory found in a dusty, forgotten corner after what felt like an eternity of crawling through dark, enemy-infested passages. You take a bite, and the sweetness explodes on your tongue, a concentrated wave of sugary goodness that makes your eyes widen slightly. It's intensely sweet, almost overwhelmingly so, with a hint of something syrupy and artificial, yet utterly delicious after the bitter trail rations and the constant stress. The crisp texture gives way easily, dissolving into a rich, comforting paste that coats your mouth, momentarily numbing the persistent soreness in your jaw and the dryness in your throat. For a fleeting moment, all the cold, the fear, the grime, and the lingering acrid scent of the last skirmish simply vanish, replaced by this pure, unadulterated, sugary bliss. But then, as the initial rush of sweetness begins to recede, a familiar, unwelcome guest makes itself known. Beneath the lingering vanilla, a faint metallic tang starts to prickle at the back of your throat. It's the ghost of ozone, the memory of scorched earth, perhaps even a hint of the strange, coppery scent of the enemies you just defeated. It's subtle, yet undeniable, like a forgotten echo. You swallow, trying to push it away with another chew of the cookie, but it persists, a shadow lurking just behind the light of the sugar. You look at your companion, who is also slowly savoring their own cookie, a small, weary smile playing on their lips. They catch your eye, and you see a flicker of the same complex mixture of relief and lingering tension in their gaze. They nod, a silent acknowledgement of both the simple pleasure and the ever-present undercurrent of danger. This moment of peace, this small, hard-won treat, feels intensely fragile, a bubble of sweetness, surrounded by the vast, unseen threats that still hum in the tunnels around you. The cookie finishes, leaving a pleasant stickiness on your lips, but the metallic tang remains, a quiet, persistent reminder that even the most delightful rewards are earned in the shadow of peril. It's a bittersweet taste, this realization that true joy now comes laced with a constant awareness of risk. You realize that even in moments of well-deserved respite, the journey imprints itself on you, not just through the weariness in your body, but in the way even pure sweetness can't quite erase the memory or the promise of the next challenge. The battle might be over for now, but its metallic taste lingers, a constant counterpoint to the unexpected, fleeting sweetness of survival. The immediate warmth washes over you, a palpable, sudden embrace against the raw, biting cold of the night air. It radiates from the small, sputtering campfire before you, a vibrant pulse pushing back the encroaching gloom, painting the tired faces of your companions in flickering shades of orange and deep red. You instinctively stretch your hands towards the greedy flames, feeling the insistent heat seep into your chilled fingertips, chasing away the stubborn numbness that still lingers from the day's journey. The air here, within the tight, dancing circle of light, smells profoundly of wood smoke, sharp, earthy, and oddly comforting, a primal scent of safety that, for a precious few moments, overwhelms the faint, metallic tang of the day's strange battles. You watch the ephemeral sparks dance upwards, tiny, fleeting golden stars consumed almost instantly by the vast, inky blackness that stretches overhead. Beyond the immediate, flickering reach of the fire's generous glow, the darkness presses in, thick and absolute, a tangible weight that seems to absorb all sound and warmth. You feel the true cold out there, a pervasive, insidious chill that seems to whisper not just of low temperatures, but of endless, indifferent distances and unseen, lurking forces. It's not merely the physical absence of heat, it's the profound, uncaring emptiness of the night sky itself, dotted with countless, unfeeling stars that offer no solace, only a cold, silent, cosmic watch over your minuscule presence. You pull your knees closer to your chest, hunching forward, tucking your chin against the rough denim of your jacket, trying to absorb every possible ounce of the fire's fragile, precious generosity. Your companions are mostly quiet, their eyes reflecting the hypnotic dance of the flames, each lost in their own silent thoughts yet visibly bound together by this shared, fragile light. You feel the unspoken comfort of their presence, the quiet solidarity that forms a different, less tangible kind of warmth, a shield for the mind against the immense, crushing unknown. One of them shifts, the rustle of their clothes, a soft sound, before tossing a gnarled branch onto the embers. A fresh, defiant burst of sparks spirals upwards, a miniature supernova, illuminating the surrounding shadows for a brief, glorious, almost magical moment before fading. The consistent crackle of burning wood becomes a steady, reassuring heartbeat, a rhythmic, organic assurance in the profound, alien stillness of the wilds. The campfire, in this moment, feels like a tiny, miraculously defiant beacon in this sprawling, uncertain world. It's a temporary reprieve, a fragile shield woven not just from heat and light, but from shared vulnerability and human connection. You know, with a certainty that settles deep in your bones, that this immediate warmth, this small, purposefully created pocket of safety, is all that currently stands between you and the overwhelming existential chill of everything else that lies beyond its tender reach. It's a quiet truth burned into the glowing embers that sometimes, in the face of immense, indifferent cosmic forces, the greatest acts of human resistance are simply to light a small flame and to huddle close to those who share your impossible journey, creating your own fleeting, precious moment of warmth against the endless, devouring dark. A prickling sensation dances on the back of your neck. A cold, unmistakable feeling that you are being watched. You slow your pace, the unfamiliar cobblestones of the street clicking softly under your sneakers. The air in this new town, Tucson, is strangely still, almost heavy, and the scent of damp earth mixes with something faintly metallic, a lingering reminder of your journey. You try to shake off the feeling, to tell yourself it's just the strangeness of a new place, but the sensation intensifies, an undeniable pressure on your skin. You glance casually towards a storefront, pretending to examine the goods displayed in the window, and catch a reflection. In the dark glass you see him, an old man with a weathered face, sitting on a bench, his eyes fixed on you. His expression isn't angry, or curious, or even openly hostile. It's simply unwavering. A deep, unsettling scrutiny that feels like he's trying to read your very thoughts, to peel back your layers and see something you'd rather keep hidden. He doesn't move, doesn't blink, just watches. You turn your head slowly, trying to appear nonchalant, and your gaze sweeps across the small square. That's when you see them. A woman sweeping her porch, her broom paused mid-stroke, her eyes, narrow slits. A young boy, no older than yourself, behind a fence, partially obscured by bushes, but his eyes, two dark dots, are unmistakably tracking your every move. A couple sitting at an outdoor cafe, their cups forgotten, their heads subtly turned, their gazes like invisible threads pulling at you. No one speaks, no one gestures, but the collective weight of their silent observation presses down on you, a profound, chilling judgment. It's not aggressive, not a challenge, but a deeper, more insidious form of appraisal. You feel like a specimen under a microscope, every movement, every hesitation, every shift in your expression being analyzed, categorized, and filed away. Your shoulders tense, your hands clench slightly at your sides. You want to shout, to ask them what they're looking at, to demand an explanation, but the words catch in your throat, lost in the heavy silence. The air feels charged, not with ozone this time, but with unspoken questions, with an assessment you can't escape. You quicken your stride, hoping to outrun the invisible scrutiny, but the feeling persists, a persistent hum behind your ears. It's a silent conversation, happening all around you, about you, without you. A profound sense of being an outsider, an anomaly in their carefully constructed world. And as you round a corner, finally out of their direct line of sight, you realize that some judgments are delivered not with words, or even with actions, but with the quiet, relentless, and utterly unsettling weight of too many eyes, watching, always watching, and silently deciding who you are, or who you are not. The unfamiliar fabric of the jacket chafes against your skin, a persistent, gritty friction that raises goosebumps on your arms. It's not the soft, worn cotton you're used to. This material is coarser, stiffer, almost bristly, like a cheap blanket. Every slight movement, every shift of your shoulders, sends a subtle scrape across your neck and the sensitive skin of your inner elbows. It's an insistent, low-grade irritation, an unwelcome companion that refuses to be ignored, a constant whisper of discomfort against your body. You try to adjust it, tugging at the collar, smoothing down the sleeves, but it makes no difference. The fit feels wrong, too boxy in the shoulders, yet oddly restrictive when you bend your arms. It clings in some places and hangs loosely in others, a poor imitation of comfort. You miss the familiar weight of your own clothes, the way they moved with you, a second skin worn smooth by countless adventures. This new attire feels like a costume, an ill-fitting disguise that marks you, loudly and clearly, as an imposter in this already strange town. The fabric also carries a faint, strange scent, not of detergent or fresh air, but a dull, earthy odor, mixed with something vaguely industrial, a smell that isn't unpleasant, but is distinctly asterisk not yours. It's alien, much like the judging stares you encountered earlier, and it settles into your awareness, adding another layer to the overwhelming sense of being out of place. You run your fingers over the stiff seams, tracing the rough stitching, feeling the unfamiliar texture under your thumb. It's a constant, tactile reminder that you're not in Onett anymore, that you've shed one identity for another that doesn't quite fit. As you walk, the rough material rubs against your waistband, a repetitive, almost abrasive touch that slowly begins to redden your skin. You feel a quiet ache forming, not from exertion, but from this persistent sensory intrusion. It's not just the visual strangeness that sets you apart here, it's the very fabric of your being, literally. You try to ignore it, to push the discomfort to the back of your mind, but it's a stubborn, physical reality, a low-level hum beneath your thoughts, always present. You glance down at the jacket, its newness almost glaring in the filtered light of the street. It's supposed to offer protection, a shield against the elements, but right now, it feels more like a prison, a tangible boundary between who you are and who you're forced to be. And as you pull the stiff lapels tighter, you realize that sometimes Being an outsider isn't just a feeling in your head. It's a raw, undeniable sensation on your skin. A constant, abrasive reminder that you are wearing something that simply doesn't belong, and by extension, that neither do you. A sudden, jarring lurch. The world spins not around you but within your head, a dizzying internal vortex that pulls at the edges of your perception. Colors seem to bleed. Sounds distort, and for a terrifying moment, up becomes down, and solid ground feels like shifting sand. It's an internal shriek, a silent scream of disorientation that resonates deep in your skull, a desperate struggle for your mind to latch onto anything familiar, anything real, anything that makes sense. You blink hard, pressing the heels of your palms against your eyes, trying to clear the sudden, bewildering fog. When you open them again, the bustling street of Forsyth is still there, the tall buildings looming, the busy people rushing past. But something is profoundly wrong. The familiar lines of the architecture seem to waver, the edges of the pavement ripple like heat haze, and the distant sounds of traffic feel oddly muffled, as if filtered through a thick, invisible wall. It's like looking at a photograph that has been subtly, maliciously warped, every detail just a hair off. A lamppost, usually a solid, upright structure, seems to lean at an impossible angle, its shadow stretching unnaturally long across the sidewalk. The faces of passers-by blur, their features becoming indistinct, almost fluid, like caricatures melting in the heat. You reach out a hand, trying to steady yourself, and the air itself feels strangely viscous, resisting your movement, as though you're trying to move through thick syrup. The ground beneath your feet, once firm and reliable, now has a peculiar, spongy give to it, a subtle bounce that feels entirely wrong. A wave of nausea washes over you, a sudden, cold sweat breaking out on your brow. Your stomach clenches, and you taste a metallic tang at the back of your throat. A familiar flavor now, but one that adds to the unsettling sensory overload. It's as if your very brain is screaming in protest, desperately trying to reconcile the objective reality of what you see with the subjective, surreal chaos it's experiencing. The disconnect is agonizing, a profound rift between perception and truth, and you feel a strange rising panic, an urgent need to anchor yourself to something, anything, that feels solid and rational. You squeeze your eyes shut again, taking a ragged breath, trying to force your mind to reset, to find its equilibrium. But even with your eyes closed, the disorienting sway persists, a relentless internal tremor. It's not just a fleeting moment of dizziness, it's a full-body assault on your senses, a profound unraveling of your grip on what is real. And as you stumble forward, clutching at your head, you realize that sometimes the greatest battles aren't fought against external foes, but within the fragile confines of your own mind, desperately fighting to hold onto sanity in a world that has decided, quite suddenly, to defy all logic. A strange sensation starts in the center of your forehead, a peculiar phantom tickle, like an invisible feather brushing against your skin, but deeper, somehow inside your skull. It spreads quickly, a subtle, electric current that tingles across your scalp, down your spine, and out to your fingertips, making every hair on your body stand on end. It's not unpleasant, not painful, but utterly, profoundly new. A silent hum of energy that seems to vibrate just beneath the surface of your perception. You clench your hands, trying to ground yourself, trying to understand this burgeoning power that suddenly feels alive within you. It's like a quiet buzzing behind your eyes, a new sense awakening, allowing you to perceive the world not just with sight and sound, but with something else, something more. You feel a sudden, intuitive pull towards a flickering streetlight down the block, and without conscious thought, a faint, almost imperceptible surge of energy seems to flow from your hand. The light blinks, once, then steadies, its erratic flicker suddenly smoothed out. You blink too, a cold shiver running down your back. This isn't just a feeling, it's a connection, a resonance with the world around you that was never there before. You feel a faint echo of the thoughts of the bustling crowd, a confused swirl of desires and anxieties, like distant radio signals bleeding into your mind. You press your temples, trying to push it away, but the tickle intensifies, morphing into a subtle pressure, a growing hum that demands your attention. It's exhilarating, a sudden, dizzying sense of control, of possibility, but also terrifying in its raw, untamed nature. Your companion glances at you, a worried frown creasing their brow. They can't see the internal fireworks, the kaleidoscope of new sensations, but they can sense the change in your posture, the sudden tension in your shoulders, the wide, almost fearful intensity in your eyes. They reach out a hand, a gesture of concern, and you flinch back, not from their touch, but from the sudden, powerful jolt of their own subtle energy that you now perceive, a sudden, blinding flash of awareness that makes your head spin. The psychic energy, once a faint tickle, is now a swirling, vibrant force within you, a burgeoning power that hums with potential, both wondrous and profoundly terrifying. It promises a new way to interact with the world, to mend, to protect, to overcome. But it also hints at a loss of innocence, a stepping into something grander and more dangerous than you could have ever imagined. And as the tingling spreads, settling into a persistent, low thrum throughout your entire being, you realize that some awakenings don't just open your eyes. They fundamentally rewire you, forever changing how you perceive and interact with the very fabric of reality, for better or for worse. Think aloud. The user wants a chapter with the theme, the cacophony of a bustling metropolis, a sensory overload of horns, chatter, and hurried footsteps. The general story theme is EarthBound, daily life. I need to adhere to all the essential rules and how to build a narrative, guidelines. This is not the first chapter, so no intro/outro for the channel. The character count needs to be between 800 and 500 characters, 380 to 450 words. Second person, you, throughout. No asterisks. Focus on sensory immersion. No dialogue. No technical messages. Unique experience. No repeating structure/sensation/theme. Previous chapters focused on a low hum, ozone smell, TV static, cold wind/whispers, coarse earth/footsteps, bitter rations, campfire warmth, silent stares/unfamiliar fabrics, disorientation, and psychic tickle. This chapter needs to focus on urban sensory overload. Let's break down the theme. Vetter's true. Cacophony, asterisk. Asterisk. Sound is key. Horns, chatter, footsteps. Nidus crew, bustling metropolis, asterisk. Asterisk. Foresight is the EarthBound equivalent. Sensory overload, asterisk. Asterisk. Not just sound, but also sight, smell, movement, the feeling of being overwhelmed. I'll start with the sound, then broaden to other senses, and describe the feeling of being in such a place. Morris, opening, asterisk, asterisk. Direct sensory, sound first. The overwhelming rush of sound, development, asterisk, asterisk. 1. Sound, asterisk, asterisk, car horns blaring, distant sirens, the rhythmic thud of countless footsteps, a dizzying blend of human voices. A true cacophony. 2. Sight, asterisk, asterisk, tall buildings, neon signs, a blur of people, cars, taxis, the sheer scale and speed. 3. Smell, asterisk, asterisk, exhaust fumes, street food, damp concrete, maybe a hint of ozone from electrical signs. 4. Movement/feeling, asterisk, Asterisk. Being jostled, pushed, the urgency of the crowd. The feeling of being small and insignificant amidst the rush. The ground vibrating from traffic. 5. Anthem/rhythm, asterisk, asterisk. Vary sentence length to mimic the city's frantic energy. Show your reaction. Flinching, trying to orient. 6. Interactions, without dialogue. Asterisk. Describe people's hurried movements, their focused expressions, how they ignore you or bump into you. Closing. Asterisk, asterisk. A reflection on the impact of this overwhelming environment on the self, the mind, the pace of life. Constraint checklist. 1. Between 800 and 500 characters? Will check during writing. 2. 380 to 450 words? Will check during writing. 3. Natural, engaging language? Yes. 4. Second person you? Yes. 5. No asterisk character? Yes. 6. One complete autonomous narrative? Yes. 7. Unique experience. No repetition? Yes. This is specifically urban sensory overload. 8. Final response contains only narrative? Yes. 9. Transport listener inside scene. Make them feel. Yes, that's the goal. 10. Start with direct sensory? Yes. Sound. 11. Conversational tone. Vivid sentences. Rhythm. Yes. 12. Show what's happening. Do. See. Feel. Try. Perceive. Yes. 13. Interactions. No dialogue. Gestures/reactions/looks. Yes. Describe people's hurrying. 14. Rhythm, tension, contrast, curiosity. Yes. 15. Natural metaphors. No exaggeration? Yes. 16. Action, sensation, immersion? Yes. 17. Not first chapter. No channel intro/outro. Yes. 18. End with simple, real reflection. Yes. 19. No character dialogue. Yes. 20. No elaborate/academic tone. Yes. 21. No repeated ideas? Yes. 22. No markers like asterisk? Yes. 23. No. Rules completed? Yes. Confidence score. 5/5. I'm confident I can meet all requirements. Strategizing complete. I will now proceed with generating the narrative. The roar hits you first, a physical wall of sound that vibrates through your bones. It's not a singular noise, but a dizzying, relentless symphony of the city. Car horns blare in sharp, impatient bursts, followed by the deep, grumbling sigh of a bus lurching forward, then the sudden, piercing wail of an unseen ambulance cutting through the din. Overhead, you hear the faint, rhythmic clatter of an elevated train, a metallic serpent winding through the concrete canyons. Think aloud. The user wants a chapter with a theme. The cold, impersonal gleam of glass and steel, a stark mirror reflecting newfound vulnerability. The general story theme is EarthBound, daily life. I need to adhere to all the essential rules and how to build the narrative guidelines. This is not the first chapter, so no intro/outro for the channel. The character count needs to be between 800 and 500 characters, 380 to 450 words. Second person, you throughout. No asterisks. Focus on sensory immersion. No dialogue. No technical messages. Unique experience. No repeating structure/sensation/theme. Previous chapters focused on a low hum, ozone smell, TV static, cold wind/whispers, coarse earth/footsteps, bitter rations, campfire warmth, silent stairs/unfamiliar fabrics, disorientation, psychic tickle, and urban cacophony. This chapter needs to focus on the visual and tactile sensation of modern city architecture and how it reflects vulnerability. Let's break down the theme. Jode cold, impersonal gleam of glass and steel ***. Focus on the materials, their appearance, and the feeling they evoke. The visual aspect is strong here. Nightwish dark mirror reflecting newfound vulnerability ***. This is the emotional core. How does the environment make the character feel? And how is that feeling amplified by the reflection? I'll start with the visual of the city architecture, then bring in the feeling of coldness and impersonality, and finally tie it back to the character's internal state. Opening, ***, direct sensory, visual of the architecture. Note development, ***1, notch demoli visuals, ***. Describe the towering glass and steel structures, their smooth, reflective surfaces, how they dominate the skyline. The stark lines, lack of warmth. 2. Thermal, ***. The coldness radiating from these surfaces, the wind whipping off them. 3. Reflections, ***. Crucially, describe your reflection, how you appear in this environment. Emphasize the contrast between the imposing city and your small, vulnerable figure. 4. Emotional impact, ***. The feeling of insignificance, exposure, being scrutinized or judged by the city itself. The impersonality of it all, the sense that the city doesn't care. 5. Non-perstrutim pacing/rhythm, ***. Sentences that emphasize scale and the sense of being overwhelmed. 6. Contrast, ***. The hard, unyielding nature of the city versus your internal state. Closing, ***. A reflection on how the urban environment, particularly its architecture, can strip away a sense of security, revealing an inner fragility. Constraint checklist and confidence score. All checks from the previous thought process apply. I am confident in meeting all requirements. Confidence score, 5/5. Strategizing complete. I will now proceed with generating the narrative. The cold, impersonal gleam of glass and steel assaults your eyes as you step out from the shadows of the alley. Skyscrapers claw at the sky, their sheer, reflective surfaces stretching upwards in a relentless, unforgiving ascent. Each building is a monolithic slab of polished indifference, its sharp angles and smooth facades presenting an impenetrable, unyielding front. The sun, a harsh glare in the unfiltered urban air, bounces off these gleaming walls in blinding flashes, making you squint, a constant, dizzying assault on your vision. You walk along the wide pavement, feeling the wind whip unexpectedly around the base of these giants, a chill current that seems to radiate from the cold, hard surfaces themselves. It's a clean, sterile cold, devoid of the natural warmth of earth or wood, a metallic chill that seeps into your bones. The sheer scale of these structures makes you feel impossibly small, a tiny, fleeting speck against their towering permanence. You lift your gaze, and your own reflection stares back from a colossal glass pane, a distorted, fleeting image rippling with the movement of the street. In that fleeting reflection, you don't see the confident adventurer you've tried to embody. Think aloud. The user wants a chapter with a theme, the biting cold that seeped into bones, a constant, gnawing discomfort in frozen landscapes. The general story theme is EarthBound, daily life. I need to adhere to all the essential rules and how to build the narrative guidelines. This is not the first chapter, so no intro/outro for the channel. The character count needs to be between 800 and 500 characters, 380 to 450 words. Second person, you throughout. No asterisks. Focus on sensory immersion. No dialogue. No technical messages. Unique experience. No repeating structure / sensation / theme. Previous chapters focused on a low hum, ozone smell, TV static, cold wind / whispers, coarse earth / footsteps, bitter rations, campfire warmth, silent stares / unfamiliar fabrics, disorientation, psychic tickle, urban cacophony, and impersonal city architecture. This chapter needs to focus specifically on an extreme, penetrating cold in a frozen environment. Let's break down the theme. Film's guides moting cold that seeped into bones, ***. Emphasize the depth and persistence of the cold. It's not just on the skin, but deep inside. The constant, gnawing discomfort, ***. Focus on the pervasive, irritating nature of the cold, not just a sharp shock. Frozen landscapes, ***. Describe the visual and tactile aspects of an icy, snowy environment. I'll start with the initial sensory impact of the cold, then describe its progression and the feeling of being in a frozen landscape, and finally tie it to the psychological effect of this constant discomfort. Opening, ***, direct sensory, the immediate, intense cold. Development, ***1. Initial cold, ***. The sharp, immediate shock of it against exposed skin, nose, cheeks, hands. The way it cuts through layers. 2. Penetrating cold, ***. How it moves beyond the surface, into muscles, then bones, making them ache. The feeling of numbness and stiffness. 3. Making numbness stare, making numbness. Stooky numbness visuals of frozen landscape. Glam, making numbness comedy. Making numbness. Faking numbness, stooky numbness cricks glistening. Making numbness glistening, stark white landscape. The muted sounds. 4. Effort of movement. Asterisk. How the cold makes every action harder, heavier, more deliberate. The breath misting. 5. Constant discomfort. Asterisk. The gnawing, inescapable nature of the cold. It's not just a momentary sensation, but a pervasive state. 6. Interactions. The gnawing, your companion's similar struggles, hunched postures, chattering teeth, without dialogue. Closing. Asterisk. A reflection on how extreme physical conditions become a defining, inescapable part of existence, reducing everything to the simple act of enduring. Constraint, checklist, and confidence score. All checks from the previous thought process apply. I am confident in meeting all requirements. Confidence score, 5/5. Strategizing complete. I will now proceed with generating the narrative. The cold isn't just a temperature here. It's a physical force, a biting, relentless presence that immediately seeks out every exposed patch of skin. It nips at your nose, stings your cheeks, and makes your ears ache. Even under the wool of your hat, you pull your scarf tighter around your face, trying to create a flimsy barrier, but the frigid air still finds its way in, sharp and merciless, cutting into your lungs with every shallow breath. This isn't the crisp, invigorating cold of a brisk autumn morning. This is a gnawing, insidious chill that seems intent on burrowing deep inside you. You can feel it seeping past the layers of your jacket and sweater, past your muscles, until it settles in your very bones. A deep, aching throb starts in your fingertips and toes, then creeps into your knees, making them stiff and reluctant to bend. Your spine feels like a column of ice, and every movement, even the simplest shift of weight, sends a dull, pervasive ache radiating through your body. It's a constant, low-frequency discomfort, a persistent reminder that you are utterly at the mercy of this frozen landscape. The world around you is a vast, stark canvas of white. Think aloud. The user wants a chapter with the theme, the crunch of snow under heavy boots, each step a deliberate effort against nature's indifference. The general story theme is EarthBound, daily life. I need to adhere to all the essential rules and how to build the narrative guidelines. This is not the first chapter, so no intro/outro for the channel. The character count needs to be between 803, 500 characters, 380 to 450 words. Second person, you throughout. No asterisks. Focus on sensory immersion. No dialogue. No technical messages. Unique experience. No repeating structure /sensation/theme. Previous chapters focused on a low hum, ozone smell, TV static, cold winds/whispers, coarse earth/footsteps, bitter rations, campfire warmth, silent stairs/unfamiliar fabrics, disorientation, psychic tickle, urban cacophony, impersonal city architecture, and biting cold. This chapter should focus specifically on the sound and physical effort of walking in snow. Let's break down the theme. Crunch of snow under heavy boots ***. The primary sensory focus is auditory and tactile. The sound, the feeling of resistance. Each step, a deliberate effort. ***. Emphasize the physical strain and intentionality of movement. Against nature's indifference ***. Highlight the overwhelming, unfeeling aspect of the environment. I'll start with the sound and feel of the snow, describe the physical effort of walking, and then tie it to the psychological struggle against the vast, uncaring landscape. Opening ***. Direct sensory, the sound of snow. Development ***1. Sound and feel of snow ***. The distinct, sharp crunch, the subtle give, the texture, how it feels through the boots. 2. Money set. The jack ***, lifting heavy boots, pushing through resistance, the strain in legs and hips, each step as a conscious decision. 3. Alachas train visuals of snow-covered landscape. The endless white, the drifts, the muted colors, the starkness. 4. Environmental obstacles. Uneven terrain, hidden ice, deeper drifts, the constant need for vigilance. 5. Nature's indifference. The vastness, the silence broken only by your own efforts, the lack of human trace. The feeling of being insignificant. 6. Pacing. Sentences that reflect the deliberate, perhaps slow, pace of movement. Closing. A reflection on how the physical act of traversing such a landscape becomes a metaphor for enduring, for asserting one's will against an overwhelming, indifferent force. Constraint checklist and confidence score. All checks from the previous thought process apply. I am confident in meeting all requirements. Confidence score, 5/5. Strategizing complete. I will now proceed with generating the narrative. The crisp, sharp crunch of snow echoes with every heavy step you take. It's a sound that's both monotonous and strangely satisfying, a rhythmic declaration of your presence in this stark, frozen world. You lift your boot, feeling the unexpected weight of the packed snow clinging to the sole, then bring it down with a deliberate, almost forceful movement. The surface gives way with a soft, yielding resistance, before compressing with that unmistakable, resonant sound, sending a subtle vibration up through your leg. Each step is a conscious effort, a miniature battle fought against the immense, soft resistance of the drifts. Your thighs ache, muscles protesting with a low, constant burn as you push through the deeper, untouched powder that piles in soft, treacherous mounds. It's like walking through thick, cold syrup, every lift and placement of your foot requiring a focused intent. The cold air bites at your exposed skin, but the exertion soon brings a flush of warmth to your face, a fleeting comfort against the bone-deep chill. The world around you is a dazzling, blinding expanse of white, stretching in every direction, interrupted only by the dark, vertical lines of frost-laden pines in the distance. Think aloud. The user wants a chapter with a theme, the quiet hum of a distant phone, a lifeline that connects to a world left behind, laden with unspoken hopes. The general story theme is EarthBound, daily life. I need to adhere to all the essential rules and how to build the narrative guidelines. This is not the first chapter, so no intro/outro for the channel. The character count needs to be between 2, 800 and 3, 500 characters, 380 to 450 words. Second person, you throughout. No asterisks. Focus on sensory immersion. No dialogue, no technical messages. Unique experience, no repeating structure/sensation/theme. Previous chapters focused on a low hum, ozone smell, TV static, cold wind/whispers, coarse earth/footsteps, bitter rations, campfire warmth, silent stairs/unfamiliar fabrics, disorientation, psychic tickle, urban cacophony, impersonal city architecture, biting cold, and snow crunch. This chapter needs to focus on the emotional weight of a distant, specific sound, a telephone. Let's break down the theme. Quiet hum of a distant phone asterisk. The primary sensory focus is auditory, the specific sound of a phone and its distance. Diced lifeline that connects to a world left behind scene. This emphasizes the emotional connection to home and the past. Laden with unspoken hopes asterisk. The psychological aspect, the yearning and unexpressed emotions tied to this connection. I'll start with the sound, then describe the act of reaching for the phone, the silence on the other end, and the emotions it evokes. Opening. Direct sensory, the sound of the phone. Mox D Senvi development. **1. The sound. Describe the distinct, almost mechanical, quiet hum of a phone dial tone, or a faint ringing, or the static before a call connects. How it stands out against the current environment, e.g., a quiet room after the cold. 2. Act of connection. Reaching for the receiver, the feel of the plastic, the specific action of dialing, the anticipation. 3. The silence/breath on the line. The actual connection to home, but without explicit dialogue. The feeling of being connected, but distant. The implied presence of someone. 4. Emotional resonance. The flood of memories, the longing, the weight of everything left unsaid, the contrast between the harsh present and the comforting past. 5. Perception of home. How home feels incredibly near yet impossibly far away through this fragile link. 6. Interactions. Implied. The other end is your dad, a constant presence in EarthBound. Show the subtle implied interaction without words. Closing. A reflection on how these small, fragile links to the past carry immense emotional weight, and how they fuel the journey forward despite the longing. Constraint checklist and confidence score. All checks from the previous thought process apply. I am confident in meeting all requirements. Confidence score, 5/5. Strategizing complete. I will now proceed with generating the narrative. A faint, almost ethereal hum cuts through the persistent ringing in your ears from the city's lingering noise. A sound that is both utterly mundane and profoundly impactful. The quiet, steady hum of a telephone dial tone. It feels impossibly distant, a fragile thread woven into the fabric of your current, strange reality. Yet it promises a direct, instantaneous connection to a world you've left behind. A world of warmth and predictability. You are standing in a small, dusty phone booth, the biting cold of the winter landscape still clinging to your jacket. You lift the cold plastic receiver to your ear, the scent of old plastic and stale air momentarily distracting you, before the hum asserts itself once more. It's a rhythmic, mechanical purr, a sonic bridge spanning countless miles and untold dangers. Your fingers, still slightly stiff from the chill, punch in the familiar numbers, each press a small, deliberate act of hope. Think aloud. The user wants a chapter with a theme. The surprising warmth of a shared meal in a stranger's home. A fleeting moment of peace amidst the storm. The general story theme is EarthBound, daily life. I need to adhere to all the essential rules and how to build the narrative guidelines. This is not the first chapter, so no intro/outro for the channel. The character count needs to be between 803, 500 characters, 380 to 450 words. Second person, you, throughout. No asterisks. Focus on sensory immersion. No dialogue. No technical messages. Unique experience. No repeating structure/sensation/theme. Previous chapters focused on a low hum, ozone smell, TV static, cold winds/whispers, coarse earth/footsteps, bitter rations, campfire warmth, silent stairs/unfamiliar fabrics, disorientation, psychic tickle, urban cacophony, impersonal city architecture, biting cold, snow crunch, and a distant phone hum. This chapter needs to focus on the sensory and emotional warmth of a shared meal in an unfamiliar yet welcoming domestic setting. Let's break down the theme. Surprising warmth of a shared meal asterisk. Asterisk. Emphasize the physical and emotional comfort of food and companionship. Nos britus home asterisk asterisk. Highlight the unexpected kindness and the contrast with your usual environment. Leading moment of peace amidst the storm asterisk asterisk. Frame this moment as a brief, precious respite from the ongoing journey and challenges. I'll start with the sensory details of the food and the environment, then describe the subtle interactions and the feeling of temporary belonging, culminating in the bittersweet awareness of its ephemeral nature. Opening asterisk asterisk. Direct sensory, the smell of the food and the warmth of the room. Development asterisk asterisk 1. Sensory details of food asterisk asterisk. The rich aroma, the visual of a home-cooked meal. The taste, contrast with bitter rations. The warmth of the plate/bowl. 2. Atmosphere of the home asterisk asterisk. The soft lighting, the domestic sounds, gentle clinking, soft shuffling, the physical warmth of the room, fireplace, heating, contrast with outside cold. 3. Subtle interactions, asterisk, asterisk. The host's gestures, offering food, a soft smile. Your companions, relaxed postures. A sense of shared, quiet appreciation. No explicit dialogue, but implied understanding. 4. Feeling of belonging/safety asterisk asterisk. The unexpected comfort of being cared for by strangers. The brief lowering of your guard. 5. Awareness of fleetingness asterisk asterisk. The underlying knowledge that this piece is temporary, a bubble in a larger storm. The appreciation intensified by this knowledge. Closing asterisk asterisk. A reflection on how human kindness, even from strangers, can provide essential sustenance, not just for the body, but for the spirit, offering brief moments of much-needed grace. Constraint checklist and confidence score. All checks from the previous thought process apply. I am confident in meeting all requirements. Confidence score, 5/5. Strategizing complete. I will now proceed with generating the narrative. The first thing that washes over you is the smell. Rich and savory. A comforting cloud of stewed vegetables and warm bread that makes your stomach clench with immediate hunger. It's a scent that permeates the very air of this stranger's cozy home, pushing back the lingering chill of the frozen world outside and replacing it with a profound, almost forgotten sense of domesticity. You step further into the small, warmly lit dining room, the soft glow of a nearby lamp casting long, inviting shadows. You slide onto a wooden chair, its surface smooth and cool beneath your palm, and gaze at the steaming bowl placed before you. The broth is a deep, earthy brown, studded with tender chunks of carrot and potato, and a scattering of fresh herbs. You lift the spoon, feeling its comforting weight, and the first mouthful is pure warmth, a rush of familiar, gentle flavors that spread through your mouth and down into your aching stomach. Think aloud. The user wants a chapter with the theme. The ghostly chill of ancient ruins, echoing with the forgotten stories of a time before the strangeness. The general story theme is EarthBound, daily life. I need to adhere to all the essential rules and how to build the narrative guidelines. This is not the first chapter, so no intro/outro for the channel. The character count needs to be between 2, 800 and 3, 500 characters, 380 to 450 words. Second person, you, throughout. No asterisks. Focus on sensory immersion. No dialogue. No technical messages. Unique experience. No repeating structure/sensation/theme. Previous chapters focused on a low hum, ozone smell, TV static, cold wind/whispers, coarse earth/footsteps, bitter rations, campfire warmth, silent stairs/unfamiliar fabrics, disorientation, psychic tickle, urban cacophony, impersonal city architecture, biting cold, snow crunch, distant phone hum, and shared meal warmth. This chapter needs to focus on the cold and historical/eerie atmosphere of ancient ruins. Let's break down the theme. Ghostly chill of ancient ruins, ****. Emphasize the coldness, but also the eerie historical aspect. It's not just physical cold, but a coldness of age and forgottenness. Echoing with the forgotten stories of a time before the strangeness, ****. Focus on the sense of history, what was here, and the contrast with the current bizarre situation. The auditory aspect of echoing is important. I'll start with the initial sensory impact of entering the ruins, the cold, the smell, the vastness. Then describe the visual details, the sounds, or lack thereof, and how these elements evoke a sense of forgotten history and eerie solitude. Opening, ****. Direct sensory, the cold, the smell, the visual scale. Development, ****1. Initial sensory impression, ****. The profound, distinct chill upon entering, a cold different from natural cold. The smell of dust, ancient stone, and decay. The immense, cavernous space. 2. Zischelsohn, ****. Crumbling stone, eroded carvings, shadows, sense of vastness, broken structures, moonlight, or faint internal light. 3. No long crashgoys, ****. Echoes, footsteps, whispers of wind, profound silence, distant, indefinable sounds, the feeling that the air itself holds sounds of the past. 4. Tactile, ****. Asterisk. The feel of cold, rough stone underfoot or against hands. 5. Sense of history, forgottenness. Asterisk. Asterisk. The feeling of being in a place where time has passed, lives were lived, and now only remnants remain. Contrast with the strangeness of the present. 6. Emotional impact. Asterisk. Asterisk awe, solemnity, a touch of melancholy, a sense of being a small part of a larger, long-lost narrative. Closing. Asterisk asterisk. A reflection on how interacting with such ancient places connects you to a deeper past, reminding you of the cycles of civilizations and the enduring nature of history, even when forgotten. Constraint checklist and confidence score. All checks from the previous thought process apply. I am confident in meeting all requirements. Confidence score 5/5. Strategizing complete. I will now proceed with generating the narrative. The cold hits you first. A profound, penetrating chill that feels utterly distinct from any natural cold you've encountered. It's a ghostly cold, not of ice or wind, but of ancient stone and forgotten time. A chill that seems to emanate from the very fabric of these ruins. It seeps into your bones, making you shiver uncontrollably despite your layers. The air tastes of dust and decay, a dry, mineral tang that tickles the back of your throat, a quiet perfume of forgotten ages. You step further inside, your footsteps echoing with an unnerving clarity on the uneven, cracked stone floor. The sound rings out, then, slowly, reluctantly, fades into the vast, cavernous spaces around you, swallowed by a silence that feels heavy with centuries of unspoken stories. Think aloud. The user wants a chapter with a theme, the faint metallic tang of dust and decay, a reminder of inevitable entropy and forgotten wisdom. The general story theme is EarthBound, daily life. I need to adhere to all the essential rules and how to build the narrative guidelines. This is not the first chapter, so no intro/outro for the channel. The character count needs to be between 2,800 and 3,500 characters, 380 to 450 words. Second person, you, throughout. No asterisks. Focus on sensory immersion. No dialogue. No technical messages. Unique experience. No repeating structure/sensation/theme. Previous chapters focused on a low hum, ozone smell, TV static, cold wind/whispers, coarse earth/footsteps, bitter rations, campfire warmth, silent stairs/unfamiliar fabrics, disorientation, psychic tickle, urban cacophony, impersonal city architecture, biting cold, snow crunch, distant phone hum, shared meal warmth, and the ghostly chill of ruins. This chapter needs to specifically focus on the smell of dust and decay, and its connection to larger philosophical concepts. Let's break down the theme. Under faint, metallic tang of dust and decay ***. The primary sensory focus is olfactory. Describe the specific complex scent. Metallic tang suggests old rusted elements, or perhaps the earthbound specific, ozone, returning in a new context of age. When reminder of inevitable entropy and forgotten wisdom, ***. This is the psychological/philosophical core. How does the smell evoke these deep ideas? I'll start with the pervasive smell, then describe its nuances and how it interacts with the visual and tactile aspects of the ruins, leading to the profound reflections on decay and lost knowledge. Opening, ***, direct sensory, the smell, as the central focus. Development, ***1, the scent, ***. Describe the multi-layered smell, fine dust, ancient dryness, a subtle metallic note, old metals, minerals, and the organic scent of slow decay, mold, crumbling stone. How it fills the air, clings to clothing. 2. Visuals reinforcing decay, asterisk, asterisk. Dust motes dancing in sparse light, crumbling textures, faded colors, objects slowly turning to powder. 3. Tactile experience, asterisk, asterisk. Feeling the fine dust on surfaces, the grittiness. 4. He go to dusterisk, asterisk. The silence amplifying the sense of time's passage and neglect. 5. Emotional/intellectual connection. Asterisk, asterisk. How this specific smell triggers thoughts of things ending, being forgotten, knowledge being lost. Contrast with the efforts of an earlier civilization. 6. Not spacing, asterisk, asterisk. Sentences that convey a sense of quiet observation and profound contemplation. Closing. Asterisk. A reflection on the cyclical nature of existence, the impermanence of even great achievements, and the humbling power of time, all encapsulated in a subtle, pervasive scent. Constraint checklist and confidence score. All checks from the previous thought process apply. I am confident in meeting all requirements. Confidence score, 5/5. Strategizing complete. I will now proceed with generating the narrative. The air itself has a taste here, a subtle, pervasive blend that clings to the back of your throat, a dry, earthy tang of ancient dust mixed with something faintly metallic, like old coins or rusting iron. It's the smell of things slowly turning to oblivion, a quiet perfume of inevitable decay that permeates every shadowed corner of these sprawling ruins. You breathe it in, a deep, full inhalation, and the scent seems to settle in your lungs, carrying with it a profound sense of forgottenness. You run your fingers over a crumbling stone frieze, and a fine, gritty powder adheres to your skin, smelling precisely like the air you just breathed. Dry, mineral-rich, and faintly acrid. Tiny motes of this ancient dust dance in the sparse shafts of light that penetrate the broken ceiling, individual specks catching the weak sun, each one a minuscule particle of history, slowly dissipating. Think aloud. The user wants a chapter with a theme. The dizzying rush of uncertain transportation, every bump and lurch a gamble with fate. The general story theme is EarthBound, daily life. I need to adhere to all the essential rules and how to build the narrative guidelines. This is not the first chapter, so no intro/outro for the channel. The character count needs to be between 800 and 500 characters, 380 to 450 words. Second person, you, throughout. No asterisks. Focus on sensory immersion. No dialogue. No technical messages. Unique experience. No repeating structure/sensation/theme. Previous chapters focused on a low hum, ozone smell, TV static, cold wind/whispers, coarse earth/footsteps, bitter rations, campfire warmth, silent stairs/unfamiliar fabrics, disorientation, psychic tickle, urban cacophony, impersonal city architecture, biting cold, snow crunch, distant phone hum, shared meal warmth, ghostly chill of ruins, and metallic This chapter needs to focus on the physical and emotional experience of precarious travel. Let's break down the theme. No dizzying rush of uncertain transportation asterisks. Emphasize speed, lack of control, and sensory blur. Every bump and lurch a gamble with fate asterisks. Focus on the physical instability, the fear, and the awareness of danger. I'll start with the immediate physical sensation of the movement, then describe the visual blur, the sounds of the vehicle, and the emotional tension of the journey. The uncertain transportation could be anything from a rickety bus to a runaway minecart, or even a flying saucer. Given EarthBound, something slightly quirky and not entirely safe fits well. Let's go with a fast, somewhat erratic car ride through an unfamiliar landscape. Opening. Asterisk, direct sensory. The feeling of being in motion, the immediate physical discomfort, somewhat development. Asterisk, 1. Opening. The vasterisk, the sudden jolt, the sensation of being pressed against a seat, the constant swaying and tilting, feeling the stomach drop. 2. Visual blur, asterisk, the landscape outside streaking past, indistinct and fast, the inability to focus. 3. Auditory, experience, asterisk, the groan of the vehicle, the screech of tires, if applicable, the rushing wind, muffled sounds of the world outside. The sound of the engine. 4. Uncertainty/fear, asterisk, the feeling of not being in control, the anticipation of the next bump or turn, the clenching of muscles. 5. Interactions. Subtle, asterisk, your companion's similar discomfort, their white-knuckled grip, their wide eyes, the driver's focus or recklessness. 6. Pacing, asterisk, sentences that convey speed, jerkiness, and moments of suspended breath. Closing, asterisk, a reflection on how giving up control in a dangerous journey makes you acutely aware of fragility, and how every moment of fast-paced uncertainty is a test of trust in forces beyond yourself. Constraint checklist and confidence score. All checks from the previous thought process apply. I am confident in meeting all requirements. Confidence score, 5/5. Strategizing complete. I will now proceed with generating the narrative. The sudden lurch shoves you violently against the worn fabric of the seat, making your teeth clack together. Your stomach churns, threatening to revolt with every unexpected swerve and jarring bump. You grip the worn handle above the window, your knuckles white, as the vehicle careens around an unseen corner, throwing you sideways before the momentum slingshots you back the other way. It's a dizzying, relentless rush, a constant physical gamble with every turn of the wheel. Outside the dusty window, the landscape blurs into an indistinct streak of greens and browns, a furious kaleidoscope of color that offers no anchor, no point of reference. Trees flash past like green blurs, telephone poles become a staccato rhythm against the sky, and the distant mountains seem to tilt and sway with the vehicle's erratic movements. Think aloud. The user wants a chapter with the theme, the frantic beating of a heart against the ribs, a drumbeat of adrenaline amidst unpredictable journeys. The general story theme is EarthBound, daily life. I need to adhere to all the essential rules and how to build the narrative guidelines. This is not the first chapter, so no intro/outro for the channel. The character count needs to be between 2,800 and 3,500 characters, 380 to 450 words. Second person, you, throughout. No asterisks. Focus on sensory immersion. No dialogue. No technical messages. Unique experience. No repeating structure/sensation/theme. Previous chapters focused on a low hum, ozone smell, TV static, cold wind/whispers, coarse earth/footsteps, bitter rations, campfire warmth, silent stairs/unfamiliar fabrics, disorientation, psychic tickle, urban cacophony, impersonal city architecture, biting cold, snow crunch, distant phone hum, shared meal warmth, ghostly chill of ruins, metallic tang of decay, and dizzying uncertain transportation. This chapter needs to specifically focus on the internal physical sensation of a racing heart and adrenaline. Let's break down the theme. Frantic beating of a heart against the ribs ***. The primary sensory focus is internal and visceral. The sound and feel of your own heart. 9 heart, drumbeat of adrenaline amidst unpredictable journeys. This connects the physical sensation to the emotional state of excitement/fear and the ongoing dangerous travel. I'll start with the internal sensation of the heart racing, then describe how that feeling impacts other physical sensations and your perception of the unpredictable journey, emphasizing the adrenaline rush. Opening, ***. Direct sensory, the internal feeling of the heart. Development, ***1. Heartbeat, ***. Describe the sound, if audible internally, the physical thump against the ribs, its frantic rhythm. 2. Adrenaline rush, ***. The associated physical changes. Shallow breathing, heightened senses, almost too sensitive. Trembling hands, a wired, on-edge feeling. 3. Stumbling impact on perception of journey. ***. How the racing heart makes the external chaos feel even more intense. Blurred, dangerous, the landscape rushing past. 4. Lack of control. Amplified. ***. The internal turmoil mirrors the external lack of control. 5. Companion's reaction. Subtle. ***. Their own physical tension. Slight flinches. Wide eyes. Reinforcing the shared danger. 6. Facing. ***. Short, impactful sentences alternating with longer, more descriptive ones, to convey both the sharp bursts of adrenaline and the continuous tension. Closing, ***. A reflection on how the body's primal reactions to danger are a powerful, undeniable force, and how they define the raw, exhilarating, and terrifying experience of living on the edge. Constraint checklist and confidence score. All checks from the previous thought process apply. I am confident in meeting all requirements. Confidence score, 5/5. Strategizing complete. I will now proceed with generating the narrative. Your heart pounds a frantic, insistent rhythm against your ribs, a wild drumbeat that threatens to shake your very bones. Thump, 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 thump. It's not just a feeling. You can almost hear it, a roar in your ears that drowns out the groaning engine and the shrieking wind outside the window. This isn't just fear, not exactly. It's a surge of raw, unadulterated adrenaline, flooding your system, making every nerve ending vibrate, every muscle fiber tense. Your breath comes in short, shallow gasps, despite your efforts to control it, and your hands, still gripping the worn safety handle, tremble imperceptibly. The world outside the window, already a dizzying blur, seems to take on an even sharper, almost hyper-real intensity. Every passing tree, every distant rock, every shift in the light registers with startling clarity, yet simultaneously feels distant, observed through a hyper-focused, adrenaline-fueled lens. Think aloud. The user wants a chapter with the theme, the profound quiet of a hidden sanctuary, a brief respite from the relentless assault on the senses. The general story theme is EarthBound, daily life. I need to adhere to all the essential rules and how to build the narrative guidelines. This is not the first chapter, so no intro/outro for the channel. The character count needs to be between 2,800 and 3,500 characters, 380 to 450 words. Second person, you, throughout, no asterisks. Focus on sensory immersion, no dialogue, no technical messages. Unique experience, No repeating structure/sensation/theme. Previous chapters focused on a low hum, ozone smell, TV static, cold winds/whispers, coarse earth/footsteps, bitter rations, campfire warmth, silent stairs/unfamiliar fabrics, disorientation, psychic tickle, urban cacophony, impersonal city architecture, biting cold, snow crunch, distant phone hum, shared meal warmth, ghostly chill of ruins, metallic tang of decay, dizzying uncertain transportation. This chapter needs to focus specifically on the soothasis of sensory overload, emphasizing quiet and peace in a hidden place. Let's break down the theme. Profound quiet of a hidden sanctuary asterisk. Emphasize the deep silence, the feeling of peace, and the secluded nature of the place. Brief respite from the relentless assault on the senses asterisk. Contrast with previous experiences of chaos and noise. Highlight the temporary nature of this peace. I'll start with the immediate sensation of quiet, then describe the environment that fosters this peace, and finally, the emotional and physical relief it brings, knowing it's a temporary haven. Opening. Direct sensory. The immediate impact of profound quiet. Development. **1. Sound of silence. The sudden, almost shocking absence of noise after the previous chapter's chaos. How it feels to your ears, mind. The contrast. 2. Environment of sanctuary. Describe the physical space. Natural elements, soft earth, gentle light, subtle scents, or a quiet, untouched interior. A feeling of enclosure and protection. 3. Physical relief. The lowering of tension in the body, the slowing of breath and heartbeat. The relaxation of taut muscles. 4. Sensory details of peace. Soft light, clean air, subtle, natural smells, damp earth, moss, wildflowers, gentle textures. 5. Emotional impact. A sense of calm, safety, introspection, momentary, forgetting of troubles, the mind quieting down. 6. Companion's reaction. Subtle. Their relaxed posture, a deep sigh, a peaceful expression, reinforcing the shared calm. 7. Fleeting nature. An underlying awareness that this peace is a precious, temporary gift. Closing. A reflection on the vital importance of finding pockets of peace amidst life's storms, and how these moments allow for internal reset and a renewed capacity for endurance. Constraint checklist and confidence score. All checks from the previous thought process apply. I am confident in meeting all requirements. Confidence score, 5/5. Strategizing complete. I will now proceed with generating the narrative. The silence hits you first. A sudden, profound cessation of noise that is almost physically jarring after the relentless assault of the city streets and the frantic rush of your unpredictable journey. It's not just an absence of sound. It's a deep, palpable quiet, a soft blanket that wraps around your ears, muffling the lingering echoes of horns and engines in your mind. Your own breath, once ragged and fast, now seems impossibly loud in your ears, a slow, steady whisper in this newfound stillness. You step further into the hidden sanctuary, the soft, damp earth giving way gently under your feet, a welcome relief from hard pavement. The air here is cool and clean, carrying the faint, sweet scent of moss and damp stone, a primal perfume of untouched nature that fills your lungs with a calming, almost restorative breath. Think aloud. The user wants a chapter with the theme, the soft caress of nature's breeze, a gentle reminder of beauty in a world gone awry. The general story theme is EarthBound, daily life. I need to adhere to all the essential rules and how to build the narrative guidelines. This is not the first chapter, so no intro/outro for the channel. The character count needs to be between 2, 803, 500 characters, 380 to 450 words. Second person, you, throughout. No asterisks. Focus on sensory immersion. No dialogue. No technical messages. Unique experience. No repeating structure/sensation/theme. Previous chapters focused on a low hum, ozone smell, TV static, cold wind/whispers, coarse earth/footsteps, bitter rations, campfire warmth, silent stares/unfamiliar fabrics, disorientation, psychic tickle, urban cacophony, impersonal city architecture, biting cold, snow crunch, distant phone hum, shared meal warmth, ghostly chill of ruins, metallic tang of decay, dizzying uncertain transportation. This chapter needs to focus on the gentle, sensory experience of a natural breeze and its emotional impact. Let's break down the theme. Soft caress of nature's breeze. Asterisk. Emphasize the tactile sensation of gentle wind, its soothing quality. Denser gentle reminder of beauty in a world gone awry. Asterisk. Connect this physical sensation to a deeper emotional and philosophical message about hope and enduring beauty despite chaos. I'll start with the subtle physical sensation of the breeze, then describe how it interacts with the environment and affects your internal state, culminating in a reflection on its significance. Opening. Direct sensory. The feeling of the breeze. Monotone development. **1. Tactile sensation. The first gentle brush of air against your skin, face, arms, its coolness, softness. 2. Auditory aspect. The rustle of leaves, soft whispers of grass, sounds that the breeze carries or creates. 3. Johnstein carries Lichimidoc, interacting with breeze, leaves swaying, grass rippling, perhaps clouds moving slowly, the sense of subtle motion. 4. Olfactory element, the sense carried by the breeze, fresh earth, distant flowers, clean air. 5. Emotional impact, a sense of peace, comfort, hope, reassurance. Contrast with the chaos encountered, the easing of the mind. 6. Connection to nature. Feeling grounded, part of something larger and more enduring. 7. Companion's reaction. Subtle. Their relaxed posture, a soft smile, closing eyes, indicating shared appreciation. Closing. A reflection on how the simplest, most natural elements can offer profound comfort and hope, even when the larger world is in disarray, reminding us of an inherent, persistent beauty. Constraint, checklist, and confidence score. All checks from the previous thought process apply. I am confident in meeting all requirements. Confidence score, 5/5. Strategizing complete. I will now proceed with generating the narrative. A soft, almost imperceptible brush of air caresses your cheek, cool and delicate. It's not the harsh, biting wind of the frozen plains, nor the stifling, exhaust-laden currents of the city. This is nature's breeze, a gentle whisper that dances playfully through the trees, making the leaves shiver with a quiet, rustling applause. It flows over your bare arms, sending a faint shiver of pure, unadulterated relief through your skin, carrying with it the clean, earthy scent of pine needles and damp soil. You close your eyes for a moment, tilting your head slightly, letting the subtle current wash over your face. It feels like a cool, invisible hand, gently wiping away the residual tension that has clung to your muscles, easing the tightness around your eyes. You hear the soft, rhythmic sigh of tall grass swaying in unison, a natural, calming melody that harmonizes with the distant, gentle chirping of unseen birds. Think aloud. The user wants a chapter with the theme: the subtle, insidious pressure on the mind, a silent battle against an unseen influence that steals free will. The general story theme is EarthBound, daily life. I need to adhere to all the essential rules and how to build the narrative guidelines. This is not the first chapter, so no intro/outro for the channel. The character count needs to be between 800 and 500 characters, 380 to 450 words. Second person, you, throughout. No asterisks. Focus on sensory immersion. No dialogue. No technical messages. Unique experience. No repeating structure, /sensation/theme. Previous chapters covered a wide range of sensory and emotional experiences. This chapter needs to focus on attachmental pressure, an internal struggle against psychic or external mind control. Let's break down the theme. Nose crusher mind, insidious pressure on the mind, asterisk. This is the core sensation. It's not a direct attack, but a creeping internal influence. Nose pressure wine, Treat, untors, me decreal, gullis, nos decreet, intreat, me decreet influence, that steals free will, asterisk. Emphasize the internal conflict, the feeling of losing control over your own thoughts and actions, and the invisible nature of the threat. I'll start with the internal sensation of this pressure, then describe how it subtly manifests and attempts to control actions, creating an internal struggle, and finally reflect on the profound implications for free will. Opening, direct sensory, the internal feeling of pressure in the head-mind, mood development, **1. Initial sensation, **, a dull ache, a peculiar buzzing or static deep inside your head, distinct from psychic tickle, a sense of something foreign. 2. Manifestation of influence, **, subtle urges, thoughts that aren't yours, a sense of being steered. The battle of resisting these urges. Describe a small, involuntary movement or thought. 3. Physical symptoms, **, tensing of muscles, jaw, hands, a headache, difficulty concentrating, feeling, foggy or unclear. 4. Awareness of unseen source, **, the chilling realization that this isn't just internal, but external and directed. 5. Internal resistance, **, the effort required to push back, to assert your own thoughts/will. The feeling of a tug-of-war. 6. Companion's observation. Subtle, **, their worried look, a questioning glance, sensing something is wrong with you, but not understanding what. 7. Pacing, **, sentences that convey the insidious, creeping nature of the influence and the internal struggle. Closing, **, a reflection on the preciousness of free will and the terrifying nature of a threat that doesn't just hurt the body, but seeks to corrupt the very essence of your mind and identity. Constraint checklist and confidence score. All checks from the previous thought process apply. I am confident in meeting all requirements. Confidence score, 5/5. Strategizing complete. I will now proceed with generating the narrative. A subtle, insidious pressure begins to build in your mind. Not a headache, but something far more unsettling. It feels like an invisible hand, pressing gently, yet firmly, against the inside of your skull, a soft, pervasive hum that slowly starts to drown out your own thoughts. It's a foreign presence, an unseen influence, creeping in like a chill mist, slowly, deliberately, trying to twist your perception, to steer your very will. You try to shake your head, to dislodge the feeling, but it clings, tenacious and unwavering. A strange, insistent urge bubbles up in your mind, a thought that is undeniably asterisk, not yours. A quiet suggestion to turn left when you know you should go right. A fleeting desire to drop the very item you need most. You clench your jaw, resisting, a silent battle raging within the confines of your own skull. It feels like a tug-of-war, your own consciousness fighting against an invisible, powerful current that seeks to pull you off course, to make you act against your better judgment. Think aloud. The user wants a chapter with a theme, the desperate clarity that pierces the fog of confusion, a moment of stark realization in the face of manipulation. The general story theme is EarthBound, daily life. I need to adhere to all the essential rules and how to build the narrative guidelines. This is not the first chapter, so no intro/outro for the channel. The character count needs to be between 800 and 500 characters, 380 to 450 words. Second person, you, throughout. No asterisks. Focus on sensory immersion, no dialogue, no technical messages. Unique experience, no repeating structure/sensation/theme. Previous chapters covered a wide range of sensory and emotional experiences, including the subtle pressure of unseen influence. This chapter needs to focus on the time breakthrough from that confusion, a sudden, sharp, mental shift to understanding. Let's break down the theme. The desperate clarity that pierces the fog of confusion. Asterisk. Asterisk. This is the core sensation. A sudden, powerful mental breakthrough. Contrast with the previous fog of mind control. Moment of stark realization in the face of manipulation. Asterisk. Asterisk. Emphasize the understanding of being controlled, the anger, and the regaining of self. I'll start with the lingering confusion, then describe the moment of breakthrough, perhaps triggered by a sensory detail or an internal push, and finally, the stark realization and its emotional impact. Opening. Asterisk asterisk direct sensory. A lingering internal confusion. A. Fog. Out development. Asterisk asterisk 1. Lingering confusion. Asterisk asterisk. The feeling of the mental pressure still present, but weakening. The battle continuing, a dull ache. 2. Trigger for clarity. Asterisk asterisk. A subtle external detail, a sound, a sight, a touch, or an internal, defiant thought that sparks the breakthrough. 3. The breakthrough. Asterisk asterisk. Describe the sensation of the fog lifting, a sudden sharpness, colors becoming more vivid, sounds distinct, a mental snap or click. 4. Stark realization. Asterisk asterisk. The immediate, undeniable understanding of the manipulation, the chilling awareness of what was almost lost. 5. Emotional aftermath. Asterisk asterisk. A surge of anger, determination, a fierce reclaiming of self. The feeling of blood rushing, senses heightened. Now your heightened senses. 6. Physical manifestation. Asterisk. A sharp intake of breath, eyes widening, hands clenching, a sudden resolute posture. 7. Mange companion's reaction. Subtle. Asterisk. Their expression, changing from worry to surprise, seeing the shift in you. Closing. Asterisk. Asterisk. A reflection on the resilience of the human spirit, the fight for self, and the profound power of reclaiming one's mind, even when faced with the most insidious forms of control. Constraint checklist and confidence score. All checks from the previous thought process apply. I am confident in meeting all requirements. Confidence score. 5/5. Strategizing complete. I will now proceed with generating the narrative. The dull ache in your skull persists. A lingering ghost of the unseen pressure that had fogged your mind. Your thoughts still feel a bit sluggish. like trying to move through thick mud. But the insidious suggestions, the foreign urges, have mercifully receded to a faint background hum. You squeeze your eyes shut, rubbing your temples with rough fingers, trying to clear the last vestiges of the mental cloud, clinging to a fragile sense of your own will. Then, a sudden sharp detail cuts through the lingering haze. It's the way your companion's hand, resting lightly on your shoulder, feels inexplicably warm, almost burning, against your skin. A vivid flash of memory ignites, the cold touch of the foreign fabric, the harsh gleam of the city's glass, the bitter taste of fear, all the moments you felt adrift. It's a quick, searing jolt, and suddenly the fog snaps. It doesn't dissipate slowly, it rips apart, like a fragile curtain tearing, revealing a stark, blinding clarity. The world rushes back into focus with an almost painful intensity. Think aloud. The user wants a chapter with the theme. The internal surge of raw energy, a tingling warmth spreading through limbs, preparing for impact. The general story theme is EarthBound, daily life. I need to adhere to all the essential rules and how to build the narrative guidelines. This is not the first chapter, so no intro/outro for the channel. The character count needs to be between 800 and 500 characters, 380 to 450 words. Second person, you throughout, no asterisks. Focus on sensory immersion, no dialogue, no technical messages. Unique experience, no repeating structure/sensation/theme. Previous chapters covered a wide range of sensory and emotional experiences, including psychic tickle and desperate clarity. This chapter needs to focus on a times pre-combat or times pre-event energy surge, a physical and psychic powering up. Let's break down the theme. Internal surge of raw energy asterisk. This is the core sensation, a powerful, internal, almost overwhelming feeling of power. Tingling warmth spreading through limbs asterisk. Focus on the physical manifestation of this energy, its warmth, and spread throughout the body. Nidus, time preparing for impact asterisk. Emphasize the anticipation of an imminent confrontation or significant event. I'll start with the initial internal feeling, describe its physical progression and impact on the senses, and then connect it to the anticipation of a coming challenge. Opening asterisk. Direct sensory, the internal feeling of energy beginning to build. Development asterisk 1. Initial surge asterisk. A sudden, deep wellspring of energy from within. Solar plexus, chest. It's not adrenaline-fueled fear, but a controlled, rising power. 2. Initial surge, lysigal manifestation. Asterisk, the sensation of tingling warmth, spreading rapidly through the body, through the torso, down the arms, into the fingertips, down the legs to the toes. Muscles tightening, but with readiness, not fear. 3. Daki heightened senses, asterisk. Everything becoming sharper, more vivid, but in a controlled, powerful way. The psychic hum intensifying to a focused roar. 4. Mental clarity/focus, asterisk. The mind becoming exceptionally clear, strategic, shedding all doubt. A sense of readiness. 5. External context, asterisk. The scene around you, perhaps a menacing foe approaching or a barrier needing to be broken. The air itself feels charged. 6. Companion's awareness. Subtle. Asterisk. Their gaze on you, sensing the shift, a flicker of awe or shared determination. 7. Pacing, asterisk sentences that convey the escalating power, the feeling of building tension. and the inevitable release. Closing. Asterisk, asterisk. A reflection on the incredible potential of internal power, and how moments of extreme challenge can unlock forces within you, preparing you not just to react, but to meet destiny head-on. Constraint checklist and confidence score. All checks from the previous thought process apply. I am confident in meeting all requirements. Confidence score 5/5. Strategizing complete. I will now proceed with generating the narrative. A profound, insistent hum begins deep within your core. Not a vibration from an external source, but an internal surge, a wellspring of raw, unadulterated energy-gathering force. It starts as a tight, warm knot in your solar plexus, then rapidly expands, a tingling warmth radiating outwards, spreading like wildfire through every limb. You feel it race down your arms, making your fingertips prickle with an almost electric charge, then cascade down your legs, settling into the soles of your feet, grounding you firmly to the earth beneath. Your muscles tense, not with fear, but with a vibrant readiness, a coiled power. It's like every cell in your body is suddenly awake, humming with a heightened frequency, eager for action. The air around you, usually just a medium for breathing, now feels charged, almost palpable, vibrating in sympathy with the immense burgeoning energy within you. Think aloud. The user wants a chapter with the theme, the blinding flash of power unleashed, a visceral explosion that reverberates through the very air. The general story theme is EarthBound, daily life. I need to adhere to all the essential rules and how to build the narrative, guidelines. This is not the first chapter, so no intro/outro for the channel. The character count needs to be between 800 and 500 characters, 380 to 450 words. Second person, you, throughout. No asterisks. Focus on sensory immersion. No dialogue. No technical messages. Unique experience. No repeating structure/sensation/theme. Previous chapters covered a wide range of sensory and emotional experiences, including the buildup of energy. This chapter needs to focus on the release of that power. Visual, auditory, tactile, and its immediate aftermath. Let's break down the theme. Blinding flash of power, unleashed asterisk. Asterisk. The primary sensory focus is visual, light, and the act of release. Visceral explosion that reverberates through the very air asterisk. Asterisk. Emphasize the physical impact, shockwave, sound, pressure, on the environment and the body. I'll start with the moment of unleashing the power, then describe the immediate sensory overload, light, sound, pressure, and finally, the aftermath and lingering sensations. Opening, asterisk, asterisk, direct sensory, the initial blinding light, blide, asterisk, asterisk 1. The flash, asterisk, asterisk, the sudden, overwhelming burst of light, momentarily blinding, vibrant, and pure energy. Describe its color and intensity. 2. Sound of release, asterisk, asterisk, a sharp, deafening point on core, or a roaring whoosh, a concussive sound that vibrates physically. Physical impact, asterisk, asterisk, the feeling of a powerful force leaving your body, a visceral surge, the pressure wave against your skin, hair standing on end, clothes fluttering, the feeling of being drained yet victorious. 4. Environmental reaction, asterisk, asterisk, the air shimmering, ground trembling, objects, if any, nearby rattling or scattering. A brief, charged stillness in the aftermath. 5. Smell, asterisk, asterisk, a sharp, ozone-like scent, or something metallic/electrical, accompanying the energy release. 6. Afterimage/lingering sensations. Asterisk, asterisk, The spots dancing in your vision, the ringing in your ears, the faint tremor in your limbs, the profound silence that follows the explosion. 7. Companion's reaction, subtle. Asterisk. Their flinch, their wide eyes, a slow, deep breath of awe/relief. Closing. Asterisk, asterisk. A reflection on the incredible, raw force that lies within, and how its unleashing is a moment of pure, decisive action, leaving an indelible mark on both the world and the self. Constraint checklist and confidence score. All checks from the previous thought process apply. I am confident in meeting all requirements. Confidence score, 5/5. Strategizing complete. I will now proceed with generating the narrative. A blinding, almost painful flash of pure concentrated energy erupts from your outstretched hands. A brilliant, vibrant burst of light that momentarily sears itself behind your eyelids, even before you can truly register its color. It's an instantaneous, visceral explosion, not just seen, but felt, a profound release that vibrates through your entire being, leaving a shimmering after-image dancing in your vision. A concussive charac rips through the air, deafening and sharp, a sound that vibrates physically in your chest and ears, momentarily robbing you of all other hearing. The ground beneath your feet trembles, a deep, resonant rumble, and a powerful pressure wave slams into you, making your clothes ripple and your hair stand on end. It's the raw force of power unleashed, a tangible push against your skin, a clear, undeniable demonstration of strength that reverberates through the very air, leaving it charged and heavy. A sharp, almost metallic scent immediately assaults your nostrils, a pungent tang of ozone and scorched earth, like 1,000 lightning strikes condensed into a single, breathtaking moment. Think aloud. The user wants a chapter with the theme, the sharp, stinging sensation of an injury, a sudden jolt back to the fragility of the physical form. The general story theme is EarthBound, daily life. I need to adhere to all the essential rules and how to build the narrative guidelines. This is not the first chapter, so no intro/outro for the channel. The character count needs to be between 803, 500 characters, 380 to 450 words. Second person, you throughout. No asterisks. Focus on sensory immersion. No dialogue. No technical messages. Unique experience. No repeating structure/sensation/theme. Previous chapters covered a wide range of sensory and emotional experiences, including energy surge and release. This chapter needs to focus on a TAR-specific, sharp pain from an injury and its immediate impact on physical and mental state. Let's break down the theme. Mintry sharp, stinging sensation of an injury asterisk. Asterisk. This is the core sensory experience. Focus on the immediate acute pain. Under sudden, jolt back to the fragility of the physical form. Asterisk. Emphasize the abrupt reminder of vulnerability after experiencing power or intense action. I'll start with the sudden onset of pain, then describe its specific qualities, its impact on movement and perception, and the chilling realization of physical vulnerability. Opening. Asterisk asterisk, direct sensory, the sudden, sharp pain. Development. Asterisk asterisk 1. Lydia bold for immediate pain. Asco 1, bold for immediate pain. The sudden, unexpected sting/jab. Its location. 2. Topperish stories, this qualities of pain. Asterisk. Asterisk. Describe it as sharp, burning, throbbing, stinging. How it commands attention. 3. Brusbury, blunderish lucane, ill, blunderish, biliatic, blunderish. Asterisk. Blinching, an involuntary movement to protect the injury. The hand going to the spot. 4. Sensory details of injury. Asterisk. Asterisk. the feeling of warmth, blood, wetness, the visual, torn cloth, scrape, the metallic taste that sometimes accompanies intense pain. 5. Nysbedius pain, impact on movement/action, asterisk. The sudden hesitation, the limp, the difficulty of simple actions, the body protesting. 6. The barcode mental shift, nysbedius mentenses, the abrupt transition from focused action/power to awareness of fragility. The mind reeling from the unexpected setback. 7. Companion's reaction, subtle, asterisk. Their immediate concern, a quick movement towards you, a worried glance. Closing, asterisk, asterisk. A reflection on how pain, in its rawest form, is an undeniable teacher, forcing a confrontation with the limits of the physical body and the preciousness of an unbroken state. Constraint checklist and confidence score. All checks from the previous thought process apply. I am confident in meeting all requirements. Confidence score, 5/5. Strategizing complete. I will now proceed with generating the narrative. A sharp, searing jolt explodes in your side, a sudden, blinding agony that rips through your focus and steals your breath. It's a hot, stinging sensation, like 100 angry bees attacking one spot, instantly making your muscles clench and your entire body flinch. A choked gasp escapes your lips, and your hand instinctively flies to the source, pressing hard against the throbbing pain, trying to somehow staunch the unwelcome intrusion. Beneath your fingers you feel a sticky warmth blooming through the fabric of your shirt, and a faint, coppery tang of blood immediately floods your mouth, a visceral confirmation of what just happened. The psychic hum, which moments ago had been a focused roar of power, now flickers, sputtering into a faint, painful static, overwhelmed by the sheer, insistent demand of the physical wound. The world, which had been sharp and clear, suddenly blurs at the edges, overshadowed by the intense, singular focus of the pain. You stumble, a sudden, unfamiliar weakness in your legs, and a grunt of effort escapes you as you try to regain your footing. Every subsequent movement sends a fresh wave of stinging agony through your side, making your vision swim. Think aloud. The user wants a chapter with a theme. The rough, improvised bandages, a testament to resourcefulness and the absence of advanced care. The general story theme is EarthBound, daily life. I need to adhere to all the essential rules and how to build the narrative guidelines. This is not the first chapter, so no intro/outro for the channel. The character count needs to be between 2,800 and 3,500 characters, 380 to 450 words. Second person, you, throughout. No asterisks. Focus on sensory immersion. No dialogue. No technical messages. Unique experience. No repeating structure/sensation/theme. Previous chapters covered a wide range of sensory and emotional experiences, including the sharp sting of injury. This chapter needs to focus on the aftermath of injury, specifically the feel and implication of makeshift medical care. Let's break down the theme. Jode Rough, improvised bandages. Asterisk, asterisk. The core sensory experience is tactile. How does it feel? How does it look? What does it imply about materials? The core testament to resourcefulness and the absence of advanced care, asteritying. This is the deeper meaning. It highlights the challenging circumstances and the reliance on basic, clever solutions. I'll start with the tactile sensation of the bandages, then describe their appearance and how they restrict movement, and finally, connect these details to the reality of the journey and the reliance on ingenuity. Opening, asterisk, asterisk, direct sensory, the feeling of the bandage. Development, asterisk, asterisk 1. Tactile sensation, asterisk, asterisk, the coarse, scratchy feel of the fabric against your skin. The tightness, the slight itch, contrast with sterile bandages. 2. Light visual appearance. Asterisk. Asterisk. Not clean white, but maybe a piece of torn shirt, a bandana, a strip of cloth. The uneven wrapping, the visible stain, dried blood. 3. Fetrus. Asterisk. Asterisk. A faint, earthy scent from the fabric, or a medicinal smell if something, like an herb, was applied. The metallic tang of lingering blood. 4. Lilatrus, restriction of movement. Asterisk. Asterisk. How the bandage limits your natural motion, making you aware of the injury with every slight shift. 5. Implication of improvised care. Asterisk. Asterisk. The lack of a doctor, sterile environment. The reliance on your companion's quick thinking and basic supplies. A feeling of vulnerability despite the care. 6. Companion's gentle actions. Subtle. Asterisk. Their careful handling, the focused expression while applying it. 7. Pacing. Asterisk. Asterisk. Sentences that emphasize the tactile discomfort, the visual reality, and the underlying meaning. Closing. Asterisk. Asterisk. A reflection on how the limitations of resources can highlight human ingenuity and the profound comfort of simple care, even when it's rough, and how these visible marks become symbols of endurance, constraint checklist, and confidence score. All checks from the previous thought process apply. I am confident in meeting all requirements. Confidence score, 5/5. Strategizing complete. I will now proceed with generating the narrative. The rough, scratchy fabric digs into your skin, a constant, low-grade irritation that reminds you, with every breath, of the injury beneath. It's not the smooth, soft cotton of a sterile bandage. This feels like a strip torn from an old shirt, its edges frayed, its weave coarse and unforgiving. It's wrapped tightly around your side, binding the wound, but also restricting your movement, making every twist and stretch of your torso a painful negotiation. You feel a persistent, subtle itch from the fibers, a small, yet undeniable discomfort. You glance down, and the bandage is a stark, almost brutal testament to your current reality. It's not pristine white, but a faded, earthy color, perhaps once blue or green, now stained with the deep, rusty red of dried blood that has seeped through the rough weave. The knots holding it in place are clumsy, functional rather than neat, a visible sign of haste and necessity. Think aloud. The user wants a chapter with the theme, the familiar, comforting ring of a mother's voice, a balm to weary ears, even across vast distances. The general story theme is EarthBound, daily life. I need to adhere to all the essential rules and how to build the narrative guidelines. This is not the first chapter, so no intro/outro for the channel. The character count needs to be between 803, 500 characters, 380 to 450 words. Second person, you throughout. No asterisks. Focus on sensory immersion. No dialogue. No technical messages. Unique experience. No repeating structure/sensation/theme. Previous chapters covered a wide range of sensory and emotional experiences, including the distant phone hum and rough bandages. This chapter needs to focus specifically on the sound of a mother's voice and its emotional, soothing effect. Let's break down the theme. Familiar, comforting ring of a mother's voice. Asterisk. Asterisk. The core sensory experience is auditory. It's not just voice, but Thiel as the voice, and its specific soothing quality. Balm to weary ears, even across vast distances. Asterisk. Asterisk. Emphasize the emotional healing, the relief, and the miracle of connection despite physical separation. I'll start with the auditory sensation, then describe the physical and emotional impact of hearing this specific voice, and finally, Reflect on the enduring power of maternal comfort. Opening. Asterisk, asterisk. Direct sensory. The sound of the voice itself. Development. Asterisk, asterisk 1. The voice. Asterisk, asterisk. Describe its quality. Soft, warm, gentle, familiar. How it feels to hear it after hardship. Contrast with external noise or internal stress. 2. Physical reaction. Asterisk, asterisk. Muscles relaxing. A sigh of relief. Tension draining. The feeling of being soothed. The slight warmth in the chest. 3. Emotional impact. Asterisk, asterisk. A flood of comfort, nostalgia, a sense of safety, even though physically far away. The feeling of being cared for. 4. Awareness of distance. Asterisk, asterisk. The faint static or crackle on the line, a reminder of the miles, yet the voice cuts through it. The miracle of the connection. 5. Unspoken exchange. Asterisk, asterisk. The implied conversation. Her asking about you, your silent answers. The understanding without words. No actual dialogue. 6. Comparison to previous experiences. Asterisk, asterisk. Contrast with the sharp pain, the cold, the chaotic journeys. This is a moment of pure, simple good. 7. Pacing. Asterisk, asterisk. Sentences that convey softness, warmth, and gentle unfolding of emotion. Closing. Asterisk, asterisk. A reflection on the irreplaceable power of a mother's love and voice. A timeless, boundless source of comfort that transcends physical limits and provides strength for any journey. Constraint checklist and confidence score. All checks from the previous thought process apply. I am confident in meeting all requirements. Confidence score 5/5. Strategizing complete. I will now proceed with generating the narrative. A sound, impossibly gentle, yet profoundly clear, washes over your weary ears. The familiar, comforting ring of your mother's voice. It's a soft, melodic murmur, a tender inquiry about your well-being, carried across what feels like an infinite expanse of static and uncertainty. The rough plastic of the phone receiver is cool against your cheek, but her voice, even with the faint crackle of a distant connection, feels like a warm, enveloping hug, a balm to every ache and anxiety you carry. You close your eyes, leaning against the cold metal of the phone booth, and a deep, involuntary sigh escapes your lips. The tension that has been coiled tight in your shoulders for weeks, the persistent ache in your injured side, the lingering metallic taste of old battles. For a precious few moments, they all recede, dulled and softened by the sheer, unadulterated comfort of her presence. You can almost feel the gentle touch of her hand on your forehead, a memory so vivid it makes your eyes prickle. Think aloud. The user wants a chapter with a theme. The nostalgic scent of a childhood memory. A bittersweet aroma of what was and what still might be. The general story theme is EarthBound, daily life. I need to adhere to all the essential rules and how to build the narrative guidelines. This is not the first chapter, so no intro/outro for the channel. The character count needs to be between 803, 500 characters, 380 to 450 words. Second person, you throughout. No asterisks. Focus on sensory immersion. No dialogue. No technical messages. Unique experience. No repeating structure/sensation/theme. Previous chapters covered a wide range of sensory and emotional experiences, including a mother's voice. This chapter needs to focus specifically on an asterisk olfactory trigger for deep nostalgia and the complex emotions it brings. Let's break down the theme. Nostalgic scent of a childhood memory asterisk. Asterisk. The core sensory experience is olfactory. A specific, powerful, memory-laden smell. Memory's bittersweet aroma of what was and what still might be asterisk. Asterisk. emphasize the emotional complexity. Longing for the past, but also hope for the future, or the melancholy of potential loss. I'll start with the sudden, unexpected encounter with the scent, then describe the vivid memories it conjures, and finally, reflect on the mixed emotions it evokes concerning the past, present, and future. Opening, ***, direct sensory. The sudden encounter with the nostalgic scent. Major development, ***1. The scent, ***, describe its sudden appearance, its specific qualities, e.g., fresh-baked cookies, cut grass, a specific flower, old books, a crayon smell, or a specific food item from EarthBound like pizza or a hamburger. How it feels to smell it now in the current environment. 2. Memory flash, ***. The immediate, vivid recall of a specific childhood scene or feeling. Details of home, comfort, innocence. 3. Physical/emotional reaction, ***. A catch in the throat, a warmth spreading, a smile, a pang of longing. The sense of being transported. 4. Contrast with present, ***. The harsh realities of the journey, cold, danger, injury. Momentarily receding, then crashing back, creating the bittersweet feeling. 5. Sense of loss/change, ***. A realization of how much has changed, how far you've come from that innocent past. 6. Hope/motivation, ***. Yet the scent also carries a spark of hope for a return, or a desire to preserve that memory for a future peace. 7. Pacing, ***. Sentences that convey the suddenness of the memory, the richness of the details, and the gentle ebb and flow of emotions. Closing, ***. A reflection on how deeply ingrained memories, triggered by a simple scent, can serve as powerful reminders of personal history, providing both comfort and motivation, a bittersweet anchor in an ever-changing world. Constraint checklist and confidence score. All checks from the previous thought process apply. I am confident in meeting all requirements. Confidence score, 5/5. Strategizing complete. I will now proceed with generating the narrative. A subtle, almost ephemeral scent drifts past you, catching your attention like a forgotten melody. It's the distinct aroma of freshly cut grass after a summer rain, mixed with a faint, sweet hint of honeysuckle from a neighbor's yard. Instantly, your lungs fill with a deep, involuntary breath, and the world around you, with its lingering metallic tang and the distant hum of danger, fades away. You are suddenly, undeniably back in Onett. In a flash, you're standing in your backyard, the warm sun on your face, the gentle thud of a baseball hitting your glove, the distant laughter of friends. You can almost feel the soft, damp blades of grass tickling your bare ankles, hear the buzz of a bumblebee, taste the refreshing coolness of a glass of lemonade. Think aloud. The user wants a chapter with a theme, the chilling, dissonant harmony of an alien presence, a sound that vibrates in the very core of being. The general story theme is EarthBound, daily life. I need to adhere to all the essential rules and how to build the narrative guidelines. This is not the first chapter, so no intro/outro for the channel. The character count needs to be between 2,800 and 3,500 characters, 380 to 450 words. Second person, you, throughout. No asterisks. Focus on sensory immersion. No dialogue. No technical messages. Unique experience. No repeating structure/sensation/theme. Previous chapters covered a wide range of sensory and emotional experiences, including various sounds and internal feelings. This chapter needs to focus specifically on an asterisk auditory sensation that is alien and deeply unsettling, creating a visceral, whole-body experience. Let's break down the theme. Chilling, dissonant harmony of an alien presence asterisk. The core sensory experience is auditory. It's A, harmony, but dissonant, and chilling, implying something wrong or unsettling about it. It's also linked to an alien presence. Didist, tossed all A, sound that vibrates in the very core of being asterisk. Emphasize the physical and deep internal impact of this sound, beyond just the ears. I'll start with the immediate, overwhelming auditory sensation, then describe its physical and emotional effects, and finally, reflect on the profound, unsettling nature of encountering something so utterly foreign. Opening. Direct sensory. The initial, profound auditory experience. Development. **1. The sound. **. Describe it as a complex, layered sound, not easily categorized. A mix of high and low frequencies, or strange melodic elements that don't quite fit together. Dissonant harmony suggests both structured and unsettling. It's **chilling. 2. Physical vibration. How the sound doesn't just enter the ears, but vibrates through the body. Bones, chest, even the ground. A feeling of internal resonance. 3. Dust and way. Miss a sense of alienness. The sound itself conveys otherworldliness. It's fundamentally wrong or unnatural to human perception. 4. Emotional impact. A profound sense of dread, unease, perhaps a touch of fear or awe, disorientation. 5. Environmental response. Subtle, maybe small objects trembling, the air feeling heavy, animals, if present, reacting strangely. 6. Psychic resonance. The psychic hum reacting, perhaps defensively, or by amplifying the alien sound. 7. Gopshin, companion's reaction. Subtle. Mapigjitas read. Their physical discomfort, hands clapped over ears. A grimace, wide, fearful eyes. Closing. A reflection on how the universe holds mysteries beyond human comprehension, and how encountering such profoundly alien phenomena can shake you to your core, reminding you of your place in a much larger, stranger cosmos. Constraint checklist and confidence score. All checks from the previous thought process apply. I am confident in meeting all requirements. Confidence score, 5/5. Strategizing complete. I will now proceed with generating the narrative. It begins as a low, almost imperceptible thrum, a sound not quite heard with your ears but felt deep within your chest, a vibration that resonates in your very bones. Then it grows, blossoming into a chilling, dissonant harmony, a complex tapestry of sounds that should not exist together. There's a high-pitched metallic whine that grates against your teeth, interwoven with a deep, guttural hum, and a third, impossible note that seems to exist entirely outside the human scale of hearing. It's a symphony of pure alien presence, a sound that feels both intricately structured and utterly, terrifyingly wrong. You press your hands instinctively against your ears, but it makes no difference. The sound isn't just external, it's internal, reverberating through your skull, through the soles of your feet, through the very ground beneath you. Think aloud. The user wants a chapter with the theme, the cold, oppressive weight of impending doom, a tangible pressure in the air before the final stand. The general story theme is EarthBound, daily life. I need to adhere to all the essential rules, and how to build the narrative, guidelines. This is not the first chapter, so no intro/outro for the channel. The character count needs to be between 803, 500 characters, 380 to 450 words. Second person, you throughout. No asterisks. Focus on sensory immersion. No dialogue. No technical messages. Unique experience. No repeating structure / sensation / theme. The previous chapters covered a wide range of sensory and emotional experiences, including alien sounds. This chapter needs to focus on the wide atmosphere of dread and its physical manifestation, leading up to a climax. Let's break down the theme. Cold, oppressive weight of impending doom ***. The core sensation is a pervasive, heavy, chilling feeling that signifies ultimate threat. It's not just internal fear, but something external, in the air. Tangible pressure in the air before the final stand. Emphasize the physical sensation of this pressure and its direct connection to the climax. We'll start with the subtle onset of this oppressive feeling, then describe how it grows and affects the environment and your internal state, culminating in the undeniable realization of the final confrontation. Opening. Direct sensory. The initial feeling of unusual coldness and stillness. No development. ***1. Opening. Juris. A sudden, inexplicable coldness, distinct from natural cold. The air feels heavy, thick, difficult to breathe. 2. Openings Openings moisture low cold. Environmental manifestation. Airstridation. Stillness. No wind, no birds. Muted colors. Shadows deepening. The world itself seems to hold its breath. A visual cue of the impending doom, e.g., sky color, strange lights. 3. Physical sensation. Achujin, a crushing weight on the chest, difficulty swallowing, skin prickling, a constant shiver, not from temperature, but from dread. Muscles tensing involuntarily. 4. Tamanjan auditory, lack thereof. A profound, unnatural silence that seems to absorb all sound, emphasizing the gravity of the moment. Or, a low, unsettling hum or thrum. 5. Emotional impact. Absolute dread. A sense of inevitability, a profound and heavy solemnity. The mind becoming acutely aware of the stakes. 6. Psychic resonance. The psychic hum reacting, perhaps a throbbing or a painful static, overwhelmed by the negative energy. 7. Companion's reaction. Subtle. Their drawn faces, eyes wide with shared fear. Huddling closer, a silent readiness. Closing. A reflection on how, at the precipice of ultimate confrontation, the world itself seems to hold its breath, and all that remains is the profound, chilling awareness of destiny, demanding everything you have. Constraint checklist and confidence score. All checks from the previous thought process apply. I am confident in meeting all requirements. Confidence score. 5/5. Strategizing complete. I will now proceed with generating the narrative. The air grows impossibly still. A profound, unnatural quiet descending that steals all sound. It's an immediate, bone-chilling cold that seeps into your very core. Not the biting cold of winter, but a dead, pervasive chill that drains all warmth from the world. You feel it as a tangible pressure, a heavy, suffocating weight pressing down on your chest, making each breath a shallow, strained effort. It's the cold, oppressive weight of impending doom, an undeniable presence that fills every space, every shadow, every corner of your mind. The colors around you seem to mute, leaching into a palette of grays and deep, bruised purples as the light itself becomes strangely heavy, thick with unseen dread. The towering trees stand like silent sentinels, their leaves frozen in place, refusing to rustle even in a phantom breeze. Think aloud. The user wants a chapter with the theme, the profound quiet after the storm, a ringing in the ears where chaos once reigned. The general story theme is EarthBound, daily life. I need to adhere to all the essential rules and how to build the narrative guidelines. This is not the first chapter, so no intro/outro for the channel. The character count needs to be between 2, 803, 500 characters, 380 to 450 words. Second person, you, throughout. No asterisks. Focus on sensory immersion, no dialogue, no technical messages. Unique experience, no repeating structure/sensation/theme. Previous chapters covered a wide range of sensory and emotional experiences, including impending doom and alien sounds. This chapter needs to focus on the immediate aftermath of a climactic event, specifically the eerie quiet and the internal ringing sensation. Let's break down the theme. Profound quiet after the storm ****. The core sensation is the sudden, intense silence following extreme noise or chaos. Ringing in the ears where chaos once reigned ****. Emphasize the internal auditory sensation that replaces external noise, highlighting the contrast and lingering effects of the previous conflict. I'll start with a sudden onset of silence, then describe the ringing in the ears and its impact on perception, and finally, reflect on the aftermath and the feeling of victory and exhaustion. Opening, ****, direct sensory, the abrupt transition from chaos to silence, and the ringing. Road, development, ****1. The silence, ****, the sudden, almost shocking absence of all external sound. How it feels after the previous onslaught. The mind struggling to adjust. 2. Ringing in ears, ****, the persistent, high-pitched or low-frequency internal sound that fills the void left by external noise. Its quality, faint, insistent, sharp. 3. Nodal reimagined, binals wimor lines, thisternines, reimagined, lumbisho pols, mingi starisk. The profound weariness that settles over the body now that the adrenaline has drained. Trembling limbs, heavy eyelids. 4. Visual aftermath, ****, the scene around you, still, perhaps slightly damaged, but calm, the strange quality of light. 5. Olfactory/tactile, ****, lingering sense of ozone/decay/magic, the feeling of damp ground or rough textures. 6. Emotional aftermath, ****, a mixture of relief, exhaustion, disbelief, and a quiet sense of victory, the mind trying to grasp what just happened. 7. Companion's reaction, subtle, ****, their slow movements, deep sighs, eyes meeting yours in shared disbelief and exhaustion, a quiet, knowing nod. Closing, ****, a reflection on how triumph often leaves a ringing silence, a powerful reminder of what was endured, and how, in that quiet aftermath, true victory is found in simply having persevered. Constraint checklist and confidence score. All checks from the previous thought process apply. I am confident in meeting all requirements. Confidence score, 5/5. Strategizing complete. I will now proceed with generating the narrative. The deafening roar, the bone-shaking vibrations, the crushing weight, all of it vanishes in an instant, replaced by a profound, almost terrifying quiet. It's a silence so absolute that it feels like a physical entity pressing in on your senses, a stark, unsettling void where chaos had only moments ago reigned supreme. But in this sudden, overwhelming absence of sound, a new sensation emerges. A high-pitched, insistent ringing in your ears. A phantom echo of the battle's fury, vibrating deep within your skull. You sway slightly, your limbs heavy, your body screaming with exhaustion as the adrenaline finally drains away, leaving a trembling weakness in its wake. Your hands, still clenched, slowly unclench, revealing raw, aching palms. The ringing in your ears isn't just a sound, it's a constant, piercing reminder of the energy expended, the blows taken, the power unleashed. It fills your head, a persistent hum that makes it hard to focus, a buzzing static that occupies the space where your thoughts should be. Think aloud. The user wants a chapter with a theme, the lingering phantom pains and triumphant warmth, the complex tapestry of survival woven into the soul. The general story theme is EarthBound, daily life. I need to adhere to all the essential rules and how to build the narrative guidelines. This is not the first chapter, so no intro/outro for the channel. The character count needs to be between 800 and 500 characters, 380 to 450 words. Second person, you throughout. No asterisks, focus on sensory immersion. No dialogue, no technical messages. Unique experience, no repeating structure/sensation/theme. Previous chapters covered a wide range of sensory and emotional experiences, including the quiet after chaos and the ringing in the ears. This chapter needs to focus on the mixed internal sensations after a major event, the simultaneous experience of past pain and current victory. Let's break down the theme. Lidi de feeling, Lidi de fashion, lingering phantom pains asterisk. The core sensation of physical discomfort, but not necessarily acute. It's an echo, a memory in the body. Triumphant warmth asterisk, asterisk. The opposing sensation, emotional and perhaps internal physical warmth, signifying victory and relief. Complex tapestry of survival woven into the soul asterisk. Emphasize the mixture of these sensations and their deeper lasting impact on the character's being. I'll start with the simultaneous experience of these contrasting internal sensations, then describe how they manifest physically and mentally, and finally, reflect on the profound meaning of having endured. Opening, asterisk asterisk, direct sensory. The simultaneous feeling of pain's echo and a new warmth. Development, asterisk asterisk 1. Contrasting sensations, asterisk asterisk. Describe the dull ache in old injury spots, phantom pain, coexisting with a new, deep internal warmth. Triumph. Physical manifestation, asterisk asterisk. The body feels heavy and tired, yet strangely energized. A slight limp or stiffness, but an upright posture, a gentle flush. 3. Mental/emotional state, asterisk asterisk. A mind that is weary but clear, carrying the memory of struggle but also profound relief. A quiet sense of achievement. 4. Sensory details, subtle. Asterisk. The cool air on skin, a faint scent of earth, but the internal sensations dominate. 5. Mastery details. Vikshupsens masterisk. Asterisk. The psychic hum, now steady and strong, interwoven with these feelings, perhaps healing. 6. Companions' shared experience. Subtle. Asterisk. Their own similar posture. A hand resting on a bruised shoulder, a shared look of understanding that conveys both weariness and triumph. 7. Pacing, asterisk asterisk sentences that weave between the two contrasting feelings, showing their complex interrelation. Closing, asterisk asterisk a reflection on how the act of survival imprints itself deeply, leaving behind a rich, complex internal landscape that embodies both the cost and the profound reward of perseverance. Constraint checklist and confidence score. All checks from the previous thought process apply. I am confident in meeting all requirements. Confidence score, 5/5. Strategizing complete. I will now proceed with generating the narrative. A dull, persistent ache throbs gently in your injured side. A lingering phantom pain that echoes the sharp jolt of yesterday. A quiet testament to fragility. Yet, beneath this familiar discomfort, a profound, triumphant warmth spreads through your chest. A deep, resonant glow that pushes back against the weariness. A radiant heat born of sheer endurance. It's a complex tapestry, woven into your very being, the bitter thread of past suffering, inextricably bound with the golden strand of victory. Your limbs feel heavy, still protesting the extreme effort, yet a strange, underlying energy hums beneath your skin, a quiet vibration that spurs you onward. You shift your weight, a subtle limp still present, a physical reminder of the wound, but your shoulders are unbent, your gaze steady and clear.